1, 2, 3. Here we go. Welcome to Meat and Cigars. Today we are here together in a place called Life. If you know Prince, you know that one. I got on my left, I got Daniel Delgado. What do you do, Danny?
Everything I'm not supposed to.
Danny is an aficionado, smoker, a drinker, gambler.
I'm a professional visionero.
And he loves my meat, not the meat.
Oh.
Not that meat, not that
Talking
meat.
dirty already.
My barbecue meat. And on my right, I got Herman Dheil, physical trainer, motivator to start the carnivore diet. And he'll talk a little bit today about the benefits of the carnivore diet. He also loves cigars. That's why we're outside here enjoying this beautiful Miami afternoon heat. It's hot as balls. But we can smoke
Not so
cigars. I need a little bit of you gotta talk into the mic. You first podcast. Okay.
Hello.
There you go. That was good. Okay. So, Herman, tell us about the carnivore diet. What does it entail? What does it do for you? What are the benefits? I already experienced it. I love it. Lost 20 pounds. So tell us a little bit more about the carnivore diet.
I think the simplest way to explain it, it's very simple. There's a thing called, I believe it's called the large tissue hypothesis, a big brain theory, where we talk about how did humans' brain get bigger? How did that happen?
Some haven't, we could say.
You could argue that.
You could argue that. What do you think, Danny?
Because,
I'm checking Google now, checking my sources.
yeah, because the concept is very simple.
Tell us.
We humans evolved with a campfire,
Expensive tissue hypothesis.
expensive
Right.
tissue hypothesis. That's
Yes.
what it is. Yes.
You gotta love Google.
Expensive tissue hypothesis. And so we were just an ape-like, and humans went out of the savannah, they started cooking meat, and once they discovered fire and they started cooking the meat, now the meat became pre-digested and you could absorb it better and easier. You don't have to chew raw meat. And so our digestive tract shrunk, which allowed our brain to get bigger. And I think that's the simplest concept to look at, the simplest way to just look at the whole meat thing. Because there's so many things happening. There's a lot of people who are realizing that I'm no longer depressed. I'm no longer anxious. My libido is up. I'm sleeping better. You know, it's going to affect everybody differently. But when you eat the proper diet that you evolved to eat, you're going to benefit. So it's
Now-
that simple.
You forgot inflammation. I have starts of arthritis, and since I started doing the meat diet, clarify,
Carnivore.
carnivore-ish,
Carnivore-ish.
the inflammation has gone down significantly. That's something I experienced myself. Now, obviously, not everybody is the same physically. Everybody will talk about, obviously, vegetables and vegetarians and vegans and the benefits of that, but this is something not brand new in the sense that it's new, but in the sense that there's samples now of people eating only meat and losing weight, getting healthier, more energetic, like you said, the libido's up, things that are important, to anybody. And obviously, to my case, it was weight. I was overweight. I weighed 220. I'm down to 175. And, the inflammation went away. So, to me, it was godsend. It was an amazing, it has been an amazing experience. And I want to refrain from saying diet, because in a diet, it implies you don't get to eat that much, or you eat less. Even in the part that you interfasting. But with a carnivore diet, you literally can eat as much meat as you want all the time. So it's not really a diet. Also, what kind of meats can you eat, Herman?
I'm chewing here.
Well, stop
But
chewing.
yeah, one of the things about the word diet I don't like is that the word die is in diet.
Correct.
But yeah, so the ideal meat, we're eating pork now, pork rinds, which by the way, these pork rinds were cooked in pork fat. Different than the many brands out there that they cook them in vegetable oils. Not good. If you're going to eat pork rinds, make sure that they're cooked in pork fat.
Yes, horrible for you. The seed oils
Yes.
cause all kind of inflammation and mucus buildup.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yep.
Now, what
And-
other meats can you eat? Like besides pork and cow, for example?
Well, cow is the ideal. Cow, bison, the animals that have the four-chambered stomach,
Okay.
which I believe is the cow, the bison. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe deer and
Venison?
venison.
Hooved animals,
Hooved
correct?
animals. They're called the ungulates. Yes.
Ungulates. Say that 5 times real quick.
Yeah.
Ungulates.
And those are the animals that they just graze. They eat the grass and they convert the grass to their muscle tissue. That's the ideal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because then it absorbs all the nutrients, right? It's like it's a different way that meat will absorb the nutrients, correct?
Yeah, it's the bison, the cow. They turn the grass into muscle, whereas a lot of the chicken you eat today, a lot of chicken will eat. Naturally, they eat insects mainly, but the chicken you get today, chances are very high that they're going to be fed a lot of grains, and that's not ideal.
I'm sorry, a lot of what?
Grains.
Oh.
Wheat, grains.
Love chicken.
I heard brains.
Yeah. Grains.
I love chicken
Yeah, I mean, chicken is good.
As
All
Cuban,
animal.
You have to love chicken.
and pork.
Yeah.
Chicken and pork.
Yeah,
You
that's
almost have
about
to.
as Cuban as you get. Yeah. But yeah, as long as it's an animal, I mean, fish, I like to go with a smaller fish just because if the fish is too big, like tuna, they may have mercury. So I really like to eat sardines, octopus. The smaller the fish, the better typically because you want to avoid mercury. Unfortunately, there's a lot of mercury out there. But yeah, any animal product, the carnivore diet is about eating animal products. And however, if you got to choose between beef and chicken, I would pick the beef over the chicken. But yeah,
And also, it has more like a higher fat content, correct? So it gives you a feeling of full, right? Where the chicken
Yes.
is super lean, just like turkey is super lean. So you get a bunch of protein, but you're not satiated. Like with the fat, like the fat makes you get full, makes you
Right.
feel full, correct?
I mean, when I eat the chicken, I try to get with the skin because there's some fat in the skin, makes it tastier, and yes, better for you.
Like the dog meat.
Moving along.
Okay.
So
Sun
yeah,
went
so
down.
you have a meetup, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Really excited about that. That's coming out. We're going to do the next meeting March 29th at the end of the month. And you are going to be the cook.
I am going to be el parrillero, not the cook. Yeah, let's do one of those. Thank you. I know. Everybody loves my parrilla. So we're going to be,
Yes.
where are we going to be at?
We're going to be at Gaucho Ranch in Miami. And you're going to cook some fantastic barbecue like you always do.
Yes.
Because it's always freaking
Amen.
absolutely delicious. And the real the good Argentinian way to do it the right way, which I believe you typically only use salt, right?
Yes, that's the magic ingredient in a good barbecue. Nice thick salt. You don't really need anything else. You could do pepper, you can do other things, but in the Argentinian classic barbecue style, we like to use only salt. We do add chimichurri at the end, if you want to give it a little kick. But with thick salt, it's good enough. And low fire, low cooking, charcoal, no gas. None of that, round charcoal that comes with chemicals. That all when you cook something in la parrilla and you're cooking it, you are in a certain way. You are that smoke and that heat and the flame. It's all going into the steak, to the meat. So you want to have as natural as an ingredient as possible. If you can have wood, even better. But yes, definitely salt. So you'll be doing this on, what is it, March 29th?
March 29th, Friday.
Cool.
Yes.
What time?
5 to 7 p.m.
All right.
And so, yeah, that's going to be a fun event. There is a cost involved because you're going to eat a lot of good, healthy meat. And by the way, that's going to be grass-fed, grass-finished meat, which let me talk about that for a second.
The good shit ain't cheap.
No. But let's talk a little bit about that for a second, because a lot of people ask and they're curious. Well, I'm eating grass-fed beef, and grass-fed beef is great, but what that technically means is that the cow was raised its whole life eating grass, and then the final 90 days they feed it a lot of grains and wheat to fatten it up. That's what grass-fed means.
You're upset about it.
No, but it, it's just the way it
took
is.
that shit personal.
I mean, I don't blame, hey, I don't blame, I'll eat grass-fed every day. I mean, heck yeah. But it's just because there's confusion. Now, if it says grass-finished, that actually means that
the last 90 days was grass and all the months and years prior were grain?
No. I hear no.
Sorry. I'm here for
but
color
yeah,
commentary.
That would be worse, right? That would be worse. That would be worse.
Yeah,
but no,
yeah.
from my understanding, grass finished means that the cow ate grass its whole life, and the final 90 days it continued
grass,
to eat.
yeah.
So the ideal is grass finished. But if it says grass fed and most people are going to advertise grass fed, grass finished. But if it just says grass finished, that's the ideal.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the ideal.
So Danny, what is your favorite cut of meat
My favorite cut of
that
meat.
you've ate ever up to this point in your life?
That's
Where did you eat it?
That's
How
tough.
did you eat it? And
That's
what
tough.
cut was it?
That's tough. I like to go, like I go to restaurants and stuff. I get a filet mignon, but lately I've been getting into the ribeyes at the restaurants. Obviously, when you do your barbecues, it doesn't matter what cut of meat it is. My birthday, you did the tomahawks with the butter of the gods. That was phenomenal. It's hard to say, man. Like, because I could eat meat. I could just eat carne.
Okay. But you don't have like a specific one that when you see it, your eyes light up.
Nah,
You're like, finally it's here.
There's, so I have to look on my phone, but there's I've been buying my steaks and my meats from Chévere in Miami. It's a little small little boutique. They make like phenomenal sandwiches there off.
Future sponsors, we hope.
Yeah, we'll see. But they make great sandwiches, and I went in there and grabbed a sandwich, and then I started buying some meat from them, and they have I don't remember what it's called.
We'll come back to it. Herman, what's your favorite cut? Where did you have the tastiest steak? And what's something that you could eat nonstop, no problem?
I also love filet mignon. For me, it would be between the filet mignon and then, okay, explain this because you know this better than I do, but I always hear picanha. That's a Brazilian thing, right? The picanha?
Yes.
What part of the cow exactly? Is it the same as the filet mignon or no?
No, it's not the same. Now, the thing with the picanha is that you can eat the picanha in various different ways. You can slice it really thin. You can slice it as steaks. You can cook it the whole thing with the fat down to the fire. So picanha is not really, not to my personal liking. I know what I like because I've eaten it all my life. But picanha is not really. I like fat. My steak has to have fat in the meat. So I like anything close to the bone. Picanha is very, very particular because it does have a humongous amount of fat because it has a big, thick layer of fat. So it does give it flavor. But then the meat itself is very colorless. It has no fat inside the meat. So it depends how you cut it, how you cook it. It can come out tasting amazing or dry. So really it comes down to how you prepare the picanha. Picanha is a very popular cut of steak.
Yeah, because I know at some of your barbecues, I've had what you said was picanha, and I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, so for me, it's between like a ribeye, filet mignon, and a picanha. I don't know. I would have to do a taste test, which I would love to do that, and just see.
do that.
The ribeye I know has a lot of fat, which I love the fat. So it would be between those, and so the picanha. But do Argentinians use that phrase or no?
The what? Picanha?
Yeah.
No, picanha is almost exclusively Brazilian.
Okay. But why? That's just how they
It's just a
term
cut.
it.
It's just a particular cut that's very popular in Brazil. The
Yeah.
same thing in Brazil. They eat a lot of chicken hearts. for
Chicken
example.
hearts. Yeah, I love chicken hearts
It's
too.
a very popular thing over there. It's delicious. They eat it with farinha. I mean, I love it. I mean, every time I go to a Brazilian steakhouse, first thing I ask for is chicken hearts. I mean, if they don't have chicken hearts, I get up and I leave. I mean, it's not a Brazilian steakhouse that doesn't have chicken hearts.
Interesting.
And picanha is the same thing. You have the feijoada, which is the rice and beans, which is very similar to the Cubans. But the particular different thing with the Brazilians is that they have the farinha, which farinha basically what it is it's crumbled down bread almost down to it looks like almost flour. But it's just bread. But it's just, very thin. Usually you do that with your fried steak that you empanizarlo, or la milanesa in Argentina, which is breaded steak or breaded chicken. You can bread anything, fish. But basically instead of frying it,
I avoid bread, but
okay, well, in this case, it adds on to the flavor when you eat it just like that. It's delicious. It's very good. Me personally, I love bone. Anything that has a bone in it, I'm like a dog. I'm on there. I think the most tender, fattest, juiciest, tastiest meat you will only find, the bone. That's why I like asado de tira, which is basically the ribs that are cut differently in Argentina. I like the tomahawk, but I don't like the tomahawk, the meat part. I like the meat that's on the bone. So I will cut the tomahawk.
it looks cool when you hold one and take a picture.
It does look pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's like you feel
I have a
barbaric, like
yeah,
manly.
it's like an axe.
Yes. Feel like you can bludgeon somebody in the head with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like you're back in the Flintstones era.
That's my favorite one right
So
there
that's-
that I've been eating recently.
Okay. And
Spinales.
Spinales. Okay.
It's delicious. It's so tender. It cooks.
Spinales.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. I picked it up from
And
Chévere.
is
just
that
cut.
a Brazilian or
It's-
Argentinian?
I couldn't tell you.
I've not heard of the Spinales. Maybe it has a different name. Because they do have different names for different cuts of meat.
But it has great marbling.
Okay.
It has really great marbling in there.
Obviously, we went with my wife. We went to what was the restaurant, baby?
Which of many?
The nice one, the 5-star Michelin one in
The
Coconut Grove.
Ariete.
No, huh?
Arlette.
Arlette.
Ariete.
Arlette.
It's like a Cuban fusion.
Oh.
Right? It's the Cuban fusion Michelin.
So
Yeah, that place
they
is phenomenal.
served me. I mean, the meal itself was obscenely good. I mean, everything they brought. I mean, everything was amazing. But they had almost at the end a Wagyu steak.
The deconstructed pan con bistec, where they use the Wagyu and they had it.
I could have ate that
Phenomenal.
till the day I die. I don't think I would get tired of it. It was beyond amazing. I mean, everything was good, but that was it was a double A or they have a
A5.
I have to find out about that.
So if you don't mind me asking, how much did that cost you that night? I mean, Michelin, very expensive restaurants. What was it? 600, 700?
per
head.
person or the whole thing?
Well, was it just you and your woman or what?
Well, we try not to breathe when we're there.
You and your
'cause they would
girlfriend?
charge you for that. But, and we brought our own forks and knives. But yeah, it was roughly around $800.
Yeah, sounds about
For
right.
two.
For two, but we did.
Did you do the tasting
We
with the
did the whole
wine
thing.
with the wine tasting with the wine
whole thing.
pairing and the tasting?
whole
Yeah,
thing.
That's the way to do it.
What's the most
It's like $600 a
expensive?
head.
Yeah, it was insane.
It's like $600 a
Yeah.
head.
Wow.
Easy.
Yeah. Now I gotta say the service plus We had a waiter. We had the assistant of the waiter. We had the assistant of the assistant of the assistant of the waiter.
The sommelier to
the
explain the
sommelier.
wines.
We had the guy that would pick up the plates, and then the assistant of the guy that picked up the plates. I mean, it was like 7 or 8 people just serving.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
It's one of those experiences that I recommend highly. I mean, we literally at one point thought we were going to burst. It was so much food. It was little amounts of food, and you eat little by little, so you don't realize you're eating that much.
Right.
So it comes down to it. You ate, a whole cow, but you didn't even notice because it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and the desserts at the end. It was too much. It was too much. We both left that place thinking we were going to explode that night. It was insane, but it was very good. So yeah, so definitely anything next to the bone, chewy, with fat in it. Wagyu, obviously. We had a friend of mine the other day brought 2 steaks that he bought in down in US 1. I forgot the name of the place. I'll mention it later. And they gave him Wagyu steak. It was phenomenal. I cooked it. It took 2 hours. I put it on low fire, with the charcoal. When that thing came out, it was red in the middle. It wasn't that thick. It was actually about yay thick, and it was actually still red in the middle. It was just the fat and just the flavor. I mean, it was insane. So I really, being born in Argentina and raised, and living in South America, obviously, steak is a big thing.
So let me ask you,
being from Cuban heritage, we get steak all the time. It was like in palomillas and shit, what we're used to.
Eat your steak, but Mom, this is chicken. It's a steak. It's a steak.
It's a chicken steak.
It looks like chicken. No, it's a steak.
pork, a lot of pork.
Yeah.
So you notice a difference when the meat is closer to the bone. See, I would think it would be not as tender there.
No, it is because in there next to the bone, it moves. It wiggles. It's got the motion. The fat just stays in its place. There's nothing moving it around, so it is actually more tender.
That's where veal comes from, right? Like they just like hoist up the cow, the baby cow, and they don't let it move, so the muscle never gets hard.
Well, in Argentina, for example, my uncle used to grab his pigs, and he had a room like a bedroom, and he had put tiles of marble. So every day he would stick all those pigs in there, and you would see those pigs like it looked like they were ice skating. They were like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And he would make them. It was a workout. And those motherfuckers, they were going back and forth, and you see their freaking arms were huge. It was a means of working out.
But then wouldn't that make it gamey?
No. It makes it nice and strong, and it makes it
like it grows more muscle, right? Like if you're gonna grow more muscle the more you work out. No, you work out, I work out, we all work out.
And of course, like Spaniards, they give them walnuts, they give them peanuts.
But then, the Japanese then gives, what is it in the Japanese term where they give the cows massages? What is that? That's Kobe steak? Kobe meat? Kobe.
Yeah, a Wagyu.
That's what
Kobe Wagyu. There's
Yeah,
dude. If I told you that I knew,
We'll look into this and clarify for the next podcast.
for the next podcast.
For sure,
We'll
for sure.
do a deep dive.
Deep
Yeah,
dive into
we'll actually prepare instead of just winging it, like it's just
And I
sitting
used-
down and smoking cigars and drinking whiskey and going, let's just talk shit on the microphone, guys.
It's the first one. It's the first one. Give me a break. I had to buy all this shit.
I need notes and shit, bro. You gotta
I had to figure
I need-
all these. Look how
I
many
need
freaking
structure,
cameras
dog.
are
I need
there.
structure, bro.
I will admit, this is an impressive setup here.
No,
So,
this is.
Can't complain.
It looks like an octopus got shot.
I need structure in my life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I need
This-
some structure. We need
this
to have a
is-
game
This
plan.
is about as structural as it's going
What
to
are
get.
we doing? What are we going to talk about? We had no idea, but this
So-
is a great time.
What cigar are you smoking? Let's go into the cigar
Well-
part of our
I like cigars, and I'm pretty bougie when it comes to shit.
bougie.
So I'm smoking an Ashton Symmetry, which maybe 3-4 years ago it was in the top 10 aficionado list of the 25.
Very nice.
I like to try to keep all my cigars in that top list, or I smoke Cubans. I have some other favorites, but today it's
Now, is it
well
Cuban?
for now
is
this
it Cuban?
one. no, this is an Ashton Symmetry. I also have with me.
What you
a Rocky Patel sun-grown Maduro, which is phenomenal cigar.
That's a good cigar.
And a Fuente, Opus X.
Oh, the Opus X.
Opus X Arturo
Never
Fuentes.
go wrong with the
you
Opus
can
X.
never go wrong. These three
Arturo
cigars.
Fuentes, Dominican, you cannot go wrong.
I love Rocky Patel. I used to smoke their 1990 Rocky. They're not around anymore, or at least not at the last few cigar shops I've been to. But they used to be one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like Patel. The sun-grown. If you like Patel, try the sun-grown Maduro.
Now-
It's dark. It's a dark cigar, but it's very smooth.
You just came back from Cuba. What's going on with the cigars in Cuba? Are they really made in Cuba, or the tobacco comes from outside?
No,
and
no,
then-
they're made it. That's all that stuff. The Habanos. It's a Habano, so it has
is
to
it-
have a Habano wrapper.
I understand, but is it because I've heard stories that they bring stuff from Nicaragua, from the Republic Dominicana, and they put it together in Cuba, but it's not actually grown because who the hell's growing tobacco in Cuba?
So what Ramon Ayones is doing
Uh-huh.
is that he's taking Cuban seeds and he's taking them to Nicaragua, where it has a very similar climate.
I understand, but that's not Cuba.
It's not the same soil,
Okay.
but so when you smoke a cigar, the filler where you get the flavor from is the wrapper. So if you get the filler from Cuban seeds grown up outside, I'm assuming, I haven't done too much research on this. This is just, I talked to a lot of cigar people. So they get the fillers, could be Cuban seeds like what Ramon Ayones is doing. He gets Cuban seeds, he grows them in Nicaragua, and everybody knows the situation with Cuba. I was just there, it's horrible. You know, if you have any family there, take a trip, send them some supplies, something, do something. I just got to say it at least once. So they'll grow the filler outside, but then they'll use a Habano, a wrapper.
Correct.
So you get the flavor. You get the flavor you're looking for. And it's the quality of the cigar, the way it burns, the way it smokes, the way they roll it. I must have smoked 2 or 3 Cohibas a day.
Yeah.
And none of them burnt funny. No. They all tasted great. You know, they didn't leave a funny taste in your mouth, and they just smoked wonderfully. Perfect draw. They weren't too tight. They weren't too loose. I mean, you're just talking about a perfectly rolled cigar.
Yeah, but I've heard that when you go to Cuba, you have to, I went way back in 94, 95, so I haven't been there lately, but I hear that you have to be careful because then there are companies there or manufacturers, they make very cheap cigars.
Yes.
Say they're expensive and charge you a lot of money and they're not that great. So you have to really know the source.
Don't go buying them off the street. Go to obviously anytime you're going to buy a Cuban cigar where they say that it's Cuban, make sure that you buy it from a reputable source, right? Because you can roll a like exactly like what Herman said. It's a Cuban cigar technically because it was rolled and it was made in Cuba, but so we were leaving Cha-Cha-Cha, me and my buddy. And we were in Cuba in La Habana.
Cha-Cha-Cha place?
Cha-Cha-Cha's a restaurant. It's the best restaurant in town. Yeah,
Okay.
It's awesome drinks, awesome food. So we were going out of there after like a lunch. We had like a bunch of cocktails. And we were going to walk back to our Airbnb on the Malecón.
This is in Havana.
In Cuba, yeah. And so we grabbed some cigars. And this guy on the he had a little box, some little dude on the street. He was selling cigars. I was like, I'm not going to buy the one that says Cohiba on it. Give me the he wants a bunch of money for that one. I was like, give me the 100 peso one. Because I was like, it's Cuban, it's a Cuban, it's a Cuban, right? Man, that shit fell apart. It started unraveling. It burned funny. It didn't taste the same. Like it's you can tell, man, if you smoke enough cigars, like anything, if you eat enough cuts of meat, you know where the good cuts of meat are.
Absolutely.
You know what the aging does to it, right? You know what the dry aging, what the wet aging, you know what it does to the meat. If you've consumed enough and you have like anything, if you have an interest in it, you'll learn it and you'll grow to appreciate what it takes to make something of quality.
Absolutely.
And it shows.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of great cigars that aren't Cubans, like the 3 that I just mentioned. Phenomenal smokes.
Well, the Dominicans. I have to say, 'cause my wife is Dominican, so I have to promote, República Dominicana,
Well, I've heard too that a lot of I used to be good friends with Christian Iora. His father created Camacho cigars, and the idea was very similar. He left Cuba during the revolution, went to Honduras, which has a similar. If you look at where Cuba and where Honduras is and Nicaragua, they're like similar.
Where like what is it? The latitude, longitude.
The latitude, longitude is fairly similar, so the weather's going to be fairly similar.
Climate-wise.
So climate-wise, right? So he took the Cuban seed, planted in Honduras, and created Camacho Cigars. I know that they later sold that company to one of the big cigar companies, but yeah, a lot of people have done that.
Well, because the Cuba is horrible, man. I mean, it's just
you
the
can't do
government
it in
over there.
Cuba.
You can't do anything.
No.
You can't do anything. That's what a lot of cigar companies did. They left, right? They
Polar Beer, the same thing. Yeah.
Bacardi.
Same
it was
thing.
originally
Bacardi.
Originally Cuban, and they hauled ass.
Well, they stole that years ago, though.
Yeah, they did that a long time ago.
I remember I worked one of my first job was in Puerto Rico. I used to work with Lil Burnett advertising agency, and they were celebrating something like 50 years of Bacardi in Puerto Rico, and I was like, wait, hold on, isn't Bacardi Cuban?
Bacardi, yeah.
What do you mean 50 years? Like the hell? So, and I was in my 20s, so I'm kind of old now.
Yeah, I'm sure Bacardi left 58, 59, 60,
Probably,
during the revolution. When the revolution
When everybody else left?
Yeah, when a lot of people left, sure. People are still trying to leave, but...
So what are you smoking? What are you smoking over there?
Okay, I got a cigar from my girlfriend's... she had a 15-year reunion party for the Modus Architects that she's manager there. And so they hired a cigar person to come in. She rolled the cigars.
Nice.
It has the Modus.
It was a she.
It was a she.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you don't see every day.
And it has a Modus emblem on it, Modus Architects. I'm not exactly sure what type of cigar, but they were really good.
Yeah.
And I grabbed a handful, and this is one of them now. I mean, they're good. They're good. Yeah, they were there for everyone at the party. It was cool. It was fun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I am smoking my father. It's a classic cigar. I think that if you're a cigar smoker, you know my father. It's one of those cigars that
I didn't know that one till today, though. I didn't know that brand.
again, if you smoke cigars,
Again, we repeat.
if you're an avid
I took a break from cigars for a while.
He took a break. No, it's fine, but welcome back. We're glad you're back.
We're glad you're part of the. You brought in that great cigar.
It's a custom shit, man.
Custom
Look, Herman
shit.
showed up with the custom cigar.
Well,
He's like they rolled this shit in front of me, player. What you
It's special. It's special.
Yeah. Why not? I like custom shit.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with my father. It's a great cigar.
Yeah.
Every time it smokes great. It's well packed. It's just a good cigar, all around good cigar. I mean, I can't say enough about it. I've been smoking them for now 15 years, and I've never had an issue with them. That's why I always pick them. That's why, I'm consistently, I have one or two at home at any given time. And if I don't, I go out and buy two more. So yeah, so I really enjoy those my father, the whole brand, the whole gamma, from Maduro all the way to Connecticut. They're all good.
Yeah, the Judge, though, I think that's their newest crown.
Judge,
The
yes.
Judge it was in the top 25 list a couple years back as well.
Yeah, they're always in the top 20. Any given time, if you look at any one of these magazines, you get for free, and nobody really looks at it anymore because.
Well, that's what I did. It's like when I started getting into cigars. So I got into cigars to try to, because I didn't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. So I was like, but I like smoking. Yeah,
I like making the smoke.
Yeah.
Bothering somebody.
I like pissing people off. so I since I don't know, I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell. Since
It's a little delayed.
I know.
It's too far.
We're working on it. Like you said, this is the first one.
Quicker on that trigger.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I walked into the cigar shop and Executive Cigar in Melbourne, Florida. Shout out to my boy Tony.
Yeah. What's up, Tony?
And so I walked in, I just started looking around, and I just noticed, this was Cigar of the Year. And he had it little listed. So I pulled out my phone, I went down the app, and I just started, all right, let's smoke the top 20, like whatever he has that's in the top 25. Let's buy those, right? Like this is what the aficionados say are good, and let's see how I feel about them, right? Like
I agree.
that's not a bad
Yeah, no.
The way to get involved in the cigars. Like
That's how I did.
if you don't know and you're curious and you want to learn, like just talk to the experts. Read.
That's
you
what I did.
You know what's nuts sometimes, though? Sometimes the cheapest cigars are actually really good, too. Because
Yeah.
I've experienced that
Absolutely.
as well. Like when I used to, years ago, when I used to order them through Thompson.
Remember, we have to get sponsors, so that actually has some money.
Fuck them cheap cigars. David off. Which in my opinion, it's a great smoke, but it's overpriced, in my opinion.
You think it's overpriced?
Yeah, come on, man.
How much?
$25, $26, $30 a cigar.
You think so?
No, what's the one with the, I'm forgetting the name right now, that comes in the tube, like...
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, hold on. Let me stand up and get closer before you start doing that motion. Oh, yeah. Anyways, go ahead. You were saying.
But there's that brand that it's like torpedo shaped.
Uh-huh.
They're like $25. Oh, what's the name of it? It's at the tip of my tongue.
I have a
And
La
they look
Aurora.
like that. Aroa, that's it.
Aroa.
Aroa.
I have La
Those
Aurora
are
right
good.
here, 1903 edition.
Those are expensive, but they're good.
A friend. This
Those
was a gift
are
from
good.
a friend because it was the 1903 edition.
Yeah,
There we go.
those are good.
Also, in the case that after you're
Patron.
Yeah, no, after you finish
Padron.
smoking them,
Yeah.
Padron are really good smokes.
they make a suppositorio really good.
Yeah.
You know?
That's if you're getting pulled over, you keep this.
You can put your money
You put
in
your
there.
stash in there, and then you just floop.
Is that the jailhouse purse?
This can be used as a prison purse.
Sounds like you're talking from experience.
There. Oh boy, here we go.
No, I heard it from a friend.
Oh boy, here we go.
Somebody told me.
We're derailing it already. It didn't take that long. It was going well. It
Well,
was
a couple,
going
three
well.
scotches in.
Yeah, well, that's all. That's all. So, yes,
Now,
I
that
do
is
agree.
a very good brand.
I do agree. I personally smoke 1 to 2 cigars a day. Obviously, I can't afford to spend, $15, $20 a day. I would go broke real quick. So I
Yep.
do buy the bundles.
The small batch. You get the little small batches, and I've smoked those with you. Those are good smokes, man. They're good cigars.
They are not always good. Sometimes
Sometimes you
they're
get 'em.
wrapped badly. Sometimes they just are horrible.
But didn't you give me a tool for that? Like when the
Yes,
cigar doesn't
yes,
draw
but,
properly.
I mean,
so there's little tools that you can buy to
There
help
are
improve
little tools and
the
stuff
experience.
like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, that kind of it's almost like it's too much work. Now you're like,
Yeah.
you got to work at getting it done. Now they are good cigars for everyday smoke when there's nobody around and it's just you relaxing, or you come back home.
Or if you smoke 47 cigars a month,
Or you fall
and you don't want to spend $3,000 a month
Yes.
on fucking cigars.
Well, so when I had a job and I was actually working and making money, I used to buy expensive cigars. So I used to go weekly to the cigar because I don't like holding them at home. A lot of people like to put them in the refrigerator, and they like to basically
You get a humidor.
Yeah, but there's effort required, and as he said earlier, he doesn't want to
I don't wanna
actually
do
put
that
an effort into the
Yeah,
cigars of relaxation for
Man,
George.
oh man.
So I go to when I go buy a cigar, the first thing I do is I touch it and I
I bet if it was some pussy, he'd put some
If I-
effort into it. If it sucked your dick, you'd put some effort.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh boy.
So if it's, now
Sorry.
back to the cigar.
Yes, so the cigar.
So if you do,
I heard
if you
Clinton made a cigar.
yes.
All right, we get sidetracked.
No, it's fine.
Oh shit!
I am surprised that they never came out with a Monica Lewinsky cigar.
You know what?
That
There's
would be
first
a great name.
I
Lewinsky.
I am,
Lewinsky, yeah.
but I am
Lewinsky.
surprised that never happened. Like nobody thought of that.
Let's see what Google has.
Nobody
to say
thought
about
of a Monica Lewinsky cigar with the picture of Monica Lewinsky with a little something coming from the top of her mouth. I mean, that shit would sell.
That's terrible.
I mean, I would.
That would probably get banned. women would complain, and rightfully so.
But-
I mean, that
Why?
You know what? You know what? I think it's a perfect time to launch that brand with today's
Isn't
cancel
that-
culture.
Isn't that sucking the nipple of power? Isn't it the same thing? Is it like the same concept?
Now, my question is, like, okay, so everybody knows that Gurkha. Everybody, you know the brand Gurkha, where
Love
they sell cigars that are in these glass tubes with wax on it, and they're like soaked in rum.
Correct.
So I have.
Don't soak them in anything. Don't soak them in anything.
So
yeah. Now all of a sudden, I don't want a Monaco Lewinsky cigar. Never mind. Bad idea.
I definitely don't want that in my mouth.
yes,
I guess that's
yes,
probably
you
what
do.
it is.
Yes, you do. I know. Listen, I know.
But it
that
would
I
sell.
would
It
try
would- a
one.
Monica Lewinsky well-marketed cigar would sell.
At the very least,
Would
you
sell.
sell it at Spencer's as a gag gift,
it's a
right?
Gag. It's a gag. Yeah,
As
absolutely.
a gag gift, it would be good.
As a gag gift, it would be
Yes.
killer. But no, a real Lewinsky cigar. Why not?
Why not? Why not? Anyway. So yes. So
We got to come up with a sound effect for when you get
derail.
canceled.
I will
You gotta
edit,
come up.
edit.
No. that's the cancel sound.
No, that's the oh shit. We went off the rail.
Ah, man, come on. Man.
I might put this in. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
The
see what-
Lewinsky,
we'll-
that's funny.
We'll find.
Come on,
we'll
that's
find
funny,
out.
man.
We'll find out if you two lets me do it.
Yeah, we're gonna get sued and shit. It's gonna be a bunch of broke bastards on a podcast in somebody's backyard getting fucking sued. Hey, listen, you know what, man? If we're getting sued, we're making waves, man.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Fuck them.
I don't know. But yeah, so where? So there are actually. I've looked into that because I've always wanted to develop my own cigar, and I looked into the most expensive cigars because I don't want to do $3 billion and compete against these big brands that have been around all over the place. I thought about let me do a expensive cigar, 10,000, 5,000, something ridiculous. Only 100 of these are made a year. They're dipped in cognac. They got gold-plated shit on. No, it's cognac. It's cognac. Don't dip it in anything else. They got gold on it. The box is gorgeous. It's got lights in it.
$50 a smoke.
50? No, I said
100.
expensive.
100.
$100 a smoke. Nah, you gotta.
I'm talking about
I think
like
you have to
I'm
build
talking
your
about
way up to
catering
something like that.
To what's this guy? The Amazon guy.
Jeff Bezos.
Nah, man.
Jeff
That guy,
Bezos,
Bezos doesn't smoke cigars, bro. Look at him.
He
You
buys,
can tell.
Well, I mean, he does something, Or maybe somebody that smokes, some millionaire, some Arab guy or
We're
whatever.
in Miami. Cryptocurrency's big here.
There you go.
Yeah, to the crypto kids.
The crypto is up now, big time, right?
yeah.
Bitcoin is up.
Bitcoin's
I'm glad.
up.
I'm lucky. I bought some Ethereum a while back. It's finally
Remember,
doing
you gotta
good.
Pay, you got to pay taxes on that, right?
When I sell it. When I sell it.
Capital gains. The lowest form of taxes.
But yeah, crypto here in Miami. You kidding me? No,
Oh, yeah.
you're in the right place to sell a very expensive cigar
That's what
for
I mean.
sure.
That's
You're
what I
in the
mean.
right place.
But I want to go into. I
What
want
did
to
they
go.
say? Uncle Mamieta was
So
born
I thought-
every day.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
but
and you know what? Take advantage of them.
no, but
what the
think
fuck?
Think of it this way. Think of it this way, and this is. I think I shared this with both of you. The guy that closes a deal for $10 million. What's a $5,000 cigar
Nothing.
to that guy?
Nothing.
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 And he wants to smoke something special.
Or just he wants to be como lo gente aquí a las 12 as hell.
He wants to smoke something special, something out of the ordinary,
Yeah.
something in a special occasion. Why
You can-
not have
You
that
can
cigar?
crack open your jar and fire up a Lewinsky.
Now I did look.
I think $99 is a good price point. $99.
No. I'm talking expensive. That's not expensive.
Well,
I'm talking really absurd expensive. It's kind of
Well,
like if
okay,
that,
so-
what's that meat that what's that restaurant they have the meat that they gold
No,
plate
don't
that
salt
shit?
bay. Don't salt because I heard that I've never been. So don't take my word
Which-
for it.
which place?
Salt Bay. The place is
Salt
Salt
Bay.
Bay. What's Salt Bay? You know the guy with the sprinkle of shit. You know what I mean? Salt Bay.
is it the one in the Miami River?
I don't know where it's
No,
at.
no,
it's
no.
in Brickell.
No, it's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's in Brickell. But I heard it sucks. I don't know. I've never been. I can't speak for my own.
You
But
gotta go.
we have to try it.
Yeah.
We have to try it out. We have to do a
Check
review.
it out one day.
I think we should do once a
definitely a
month.
joke.
I think
Definitely a joke.
once a month we should go around
Go to a restaurant.
the restaurants in Miami that sells carne.
Yeah.
And we should do
Quite
once
a
a
bit of
month,
those.
a cigar bar.
Well, you know where we're gonna start. Fiorito.
Salt Bay. Oh, that place is
Fiorito.
good. Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go. Yeah, we can go, and it's low key too.
I know, and I know I'm a little biased because it's Argentinian, but
A little biased.
I don't need any Argentinian restaurant. You invite me to an Argentinian restaurant, I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't,
Why?
Because usually
Because
they're
it's not
good.
as good as his.
They're not good.
Well, they're not going to be as good as your barbecuing, but
No, but they should be, right? If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm expecting it to
Yeah,
be
but you know-
better than what I can eat at home. Not if I can eat
Yeah,
at
but
home.
you know
I'm
that
gonna go to a
that's a fallacy, man. Like
It's
when
not
you
a
cook it at
fallacy.
home, it's better.
No,
right?
it's not.
If you know, if home
Home
cooked
cooking.
meal.
Have you done
a
sushi at
cooked
home?
ra-
Is it better?
I have,
Is
and
it
yes,
better?
it is because you
Get the
can
fuck
load
out.
that shit up. Me and my dad used to do. So we went to sushi all the time. Me and my dad, we used to do a sushi night and his wife. And the three of us used to go to sushi once a week.
Okay.
We go to sushi once a week. And then my dad found this little kit. Because he was like, and then so he goes online
Yeah.
and he flies in. The only issue is that you have minimums. You have order minimums and they fly it in FedEx overnight. So it's a three and it's ice packed. So it's like a $400 freight bill. Plus you have to buy minimums of each thing that you want.
Okay.
And then once you unthaw it, you know what I mean? Like
You gotta eat it
You
fast.
gotta eat it because then it's not sushi quality, right? Like that. So we would do our own little sushi nights, and my dad got really good with making the sushi right with the white with the.
Wait, let me check my calendar.
with the
When you gonna invite me?
wine vinegar. No, this was shit 10 years ago. Yeah, this is more than 10 years ago. We used to do this, and it was actually I had an idea. I was like, man, that would be a fun dinner party, right? You get a bunch of shit for the sushi, right? Boom, 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 and then you everybody because they have these little they show you. It's easy to roll the sushi. You
not
ever
that
rolled a
e-
brolling?
it's not that
You ever
easy.
rolled a joint?
And the rice
it's
is not
easier
easy
than
to
rolling a
make
joint. No, you make the sticky rice. It's easy.
I've tried the
It's
sticky
easy,
rice
it's
with
easy.
vinegar. It's not easy to make.
Because you stick to the carne.
Yeah, I agree.
Stick to the carne and let the Cubans make the rice.
I do good
You know what I'm
pasta,
saying?
too.
Ain't that
Yeah,
right, Herman?
don't do the seafood. You might drown. Don't do the seafood.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we
comes
go.
the
He's
jokes.
going.
Here comes
Get
the
him another
jokes.
whiskey.
Here you go,
He's
brother.
getting spicy.
Let's see if we can get you talking.
Can we please get some yellow? Some yellow, please. Thank you so much. But so yeah, we used to do that, and that was a fun. That's a fun like dinner party, right?
I'm
You
sure.
get the salmon, the tuna. We used to get eel with the eel sauce. Like we went deep.
No, what-
And then when you make the roll at your house, dude, you pack like where you can't even stuff enough fish in there. You know what I mean? Like, and you customize your shit.
Okay, but I want you to talk about. You told me once how I think you were in Iceland.
Yes.
And you ate some whale steak.
So I had an Icelandic surf and turf last August. Oh my God!
sounds-
Whale.
Here we go.
Whale.
That really makes me curious.
So whale.
Where'd
It
you go?
was
Where'd you go?
horse.
Where'd you
I went
go?
to Iceland, to
Iceland.
Reykjavik,
I
to
just
see a
saw-
good friend of mine.
I just saw an episode of Phil, Feed Phil. He went to Iceland. I gotta be honest with you. I never thought of Iceland as a food destination.
Oh man!
That episode changed my
Fermented shark.
mind. No, you didn't eat the fermented shark.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the cojones.
No.
That's a real. Listen, I ate it,
That's
and I was me and my buddy. We drank a bottle of scotch, and I think that's the only way I was able to man through the container of fermented shark. I smelled fermented
How
shark
bad was
until I got home. It's pungent.
It's pungent.
It's pungent.
And the good thing is that you're not just eating the fins, right? You're eating the whole
it's like,
shark.
So it's like these
because
little
I don't like
slivers.
when they cut the fins and they throw the shark bats. That's wrong.
No, that's
cool.
shark fin soup.
That's
That's
Japanese.
low.
That's
Listen,
Chinese.
That's
Right.
that's
You're not doing that. So
wasteful
you're at
bastards.
least you're eating the whole shark.
No. So what it is fermented shark, and it's like comes in these little slivers, these little slices.
Okay.
Like kind of like carrot sticks, but they're white, they're frozen.
Okay.
And he gave me one because when I went over there, I was like, I need to do. I want to be Icelandic Viking shit. I like it. I'm a fucking man, right? Fucking cubano.
Did you
A
eat
las
the-
dos was fuck.
Did you eat the
Yeah.
dry fish? The dry
Oh
fish?
yeah, I had.
That's
Remember we
actually-
had some. It was
that's
really good. It was
that's
just,
actually good.
but it stinks, but it doesn't taste like it smells. It
doesn't
tastes
ta-
actually very mild,
It does,
but it smells incredible. But back to the Icelandic surf and turf. It was whale and horse, whale meat
And horse.
and horse.
Wow.
Whale and horse. So whale meat looks and feels and tastes like steak, and it's super tender. Here, I get everybody some of this.
Really?
It's super tender. It's more tender than the horse. The horse was delicious. It was phenomenal.
salty. No, the horse is salty.
Tesajo, right? Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, so
Tesajo.
I've had it in Italy.
In Italy,
Yeah,
the Italians eat horse.
With olive oil, and, like it's It's kind of like ropa vieja. They do it like la ropa vieja with olive oil. It's delicious. I mean, you feel bad. It's a horse, but
all I know is that there used to be. There used to be a lot of horses in the world before cars. I always wonder. Okay,
where'd they go?
Exactly. I always wonder, like,
no, it's just
there were a lot
them.
of horses,
Stop breeding
like,
them.
100 years ago.
You imagine
Before cars, there were a lot of horses.
You imagine,
what happened to them?
You imagine, think about Times Square, right? Think about Times Square. It's always been a very packed city.
True.
1820. Horses walking around just shitting everywhere.
That's a lot of
What
shit.
did that city smell like?
Well, they had the professional shit lifters.
A shit lifter. Is that
Shit
what is
lifter.
that?
Pooper scoopers. Pooper scoopers.
Pooper scoopers. They had the guys that did the lamp and the guy that picked up the
Yeah,
shit.
scoop that shit
Listen, there were a lot of Irish and a lot of immigrants that didn't have work.
up. Hey, I'm half Irish, brother.
Yeah,
Calm
that's
down
right.
with that
That's
Irish.
right.
Calm down with that Irish shit.
So you have a little
Tough motherfuckers.
poop scooper in the family.
Scoop poopers. We're scoop poopers. You know what? Probably.
Yeah, you never know.
On either side, right? Because I'm half Irish, half Cuban.
Listen, at least the Irish are fun. My heritage is horrible. I got Germans on one side, Italians on the other.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's like the axis of evil. You know, it's like not good, not good.
And that's why they cook meat so well.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Delete,
Come on.
delete.
Come on.
There we go.
Come on.
You get one of
That's
those.
fucking
You get one of
joke.
those.
No, I get one of these. That's what I get. That's what I get for that.
Now, I will say one thing about meat that I do enjoy quite a bit, and in Fiorito they have it. It's La Rioja meat. So it's boiled meat. And it's in the oven. Like a pot stew.
Like a pot roast type
Like
of
a
situation,
pot
but an
roast.
Argentinian pot roast, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, I think we're gonna do Fioritos.
it makes you...
I wonder if they'll let us. I wonder if they'll let us set up shop,
Absolutely.
like in the corner, like
Absolutely, 100%.
That's reminding me
100%.
of a Puerto Rican
I've been there.
asopao.
Listen,
Asopao. When I lived in Puerto Rico, that was the shit.
when you say it again.
Asopao.
It sounds like you're not allowed to say it.
It sounds like a curse word, right?
It sounds like a bad word, like
Un asopao.
oh my God.
ven pa' acá, mami.
That would always, like, when I lived in Puerto Rico, at a get together at a party, like at midnight, they would start cooking the asopao. And the party would just go on and on because everybody's waiting for the asopao to be done.
Yeah, that's
delicious.
Oh, but that's
listen, when I have enough whiskeys, I wait for my asshole pal too.
Yeah.
But I think it's a Colombian one.
Yeah. So this is actually culturally interesting. I've lived in several South American countries,
Okay.
and as a young person, when we used to go out partying, we used to, end 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was like you needed something to wake up and go to work, because, it was on a Monday or Tuesday.
Un asopazo.
Un asopazo.
Levanta muerto.
Levanta muerto.
Levanta muerto.
So
yeah.
we used to go in Paraguay. We used to go Mercado Cuatro. My Paraguayan fellow friends will correct me on this, and I think it was called Mercado Cuatro, if I'm not mistaken. And they do a caldo de pescado. It's basically like a soup, and it just has just stuff in there. And then there's some fish, usually surubi, which is the local fish, and it's got potatoes, and you eat
It's
that.
like a sancocho.
And you start eating that, and as
Yeah.
you're eating
Right?
it, you start sweating.
Mondongo.
Yeah.
Like a mondongo, yeah. So, but you start sweating.
Isn't
and-
mondongo like the tripe?
No, mondongo is the
It's
stomach.
yeah, but it's like a sancocho.
Yeah.
It's like a sancocho, un sopón.
It's juicy.
Es como un
There's a lot of
sopón,
juice
¿no?
in
Es
there.
como una sopa, ¿no?
Man, I have never had one of those that I said, no, I don't like it. I'm good.
Yeah, no matter what culture. I
It
don't
doesn't
give a
matter.
fuck what
It doesn't
country
matter.
it's from. You give me one of those soups with corn, with the
Yeah.
whole corn
look at
chunks in
pho.
it, with potatoes and meat and
Look
fish
at the
and shit.
Vietnamese one.
That wins
that
every
pho.
time.
Oh, that pho, that shit is crazy.
How is it? A friend of mine, a Vietnamese friend of mine, taught me how to say pho. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pho. Pho.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pho. So
That's
it's
how
pho.
you pronounce
It's
it.
pho.
It's pho.
All right, all
It's
right,
not
pho.
pho. It's
Pho.
pho.
Pho. I like pho.
Pho is delicious. I mean,
You know what?
you could not get that in Miami for the longest time. And now we have 3 authentic Vietnamese restaurants
Pho.
in Miami that I go on. There's one right in front of FIU. It's full something.
One of my favorite faux
Oh.
places that I ever had was in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Scotland. Not Edinburgh. They'll curse you out if you say Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Like, what's up, bro? Edinburgh. Yeah. If you say Edinburgh, they're gonna correct. They're gonna make fun of you. Eso gente jode más que los cubanos hacer.
Really?
Pa que lo sepa. No,
Wow.
they take nothing serious. I love those people, and they get drunk and you can't understand them. Igualito los
From
cubanos.
Scotland, that heavy accent. and shit.
Yeah. So I spent some time out there, and
Is that because of your mom or just
no. My mother's Northern Irish, but her family's been here so long.
cold as shit
Her
up
family,
there, man.
ay, brother. So I went in February. I went to go
Oh my
visit a
God.
friend in February,
Wow.
and I wake up to catch my flight, and I look out the window, and the snow is going east to west. So I'm like, well, shit, I don't know if I'm gonna catch my flight. I lay down, I get some coffee, probably sip my coffee a little bit. 20 minutes later, I look outside, the snow is going in the opposite direction. I'm like, what the? Sit down, and then it's raining going straight up and down. I was like, what?
No.
What is up with this country? And no matter where you walk uphill.
Yeah.
Explain to me. Explain to me, because we walked
You're
around a
always
lot.
going
I'm like,
uphill.
yeah, you're always going uphill.
You should have, when you got up to the hill, you should have
Come
turned
on.
around and come back
You're
down.
always walking uphill in Scotland.
That is true. If you watch all the Ben Herb and all those
everybody's
movies,
walking
they're
uphill.
always going uphill.
I was there. I was walking. I was like, when the fuck do I get to walk downhill and get a break? This is
That's true.
ridiculous.
That's true. I've always wanted to go. I see myself arriving to Scotland and excuse my ignorance, or Ireland.
Yeah,
One of
they're close.
those,
They're similar. They're
You know,
similar people.
They're similar.
You know.
I want to wear one of those wool sweaters with the turtleneck.
Nah, tampoco así.
Go into the bar, get freaking drunk out of my mind.
Pints. You got to do pints.
Start
Guinness.
singing.
Drinking a lot of Guinness.
So so
Guinness is
So I
Irish,
learned.
right? Guinness
so I
is
learned.
Irish.
Yes. So I
Yes.
learned. They use the expression like when you get fucked up, you get pissed.
You get pissed.
So
Is that because you like pissing yourself?
no.
or-
So when you're walking home, the people in the morning are getting the piss buckets back in the days. And they're
Oh,
throwing them
shit.
outside, and you get pissed on because
That's
it's
literally
because
get
it's 6
pissed
o'clock
on.
in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's
you get pissed.
interesting.
I think, if I remember
So
correct.
you're
Don't,
pissed
quote me.
because I got it.
I'm gonna ask. Hold on, I got a buddy. I got my buddy Chris Tate.
I got a good one for you though. I got a
Let me
good one.
reach out to Tate.
Going based on the piss.
I'm gonna open up one
Open
of
it. Open
these.
it. So
Still.
this is a good one. You'll like this one.
Okay.
Listen to this one. So where does the phrase "you're piss poor"? You're so poor.
You're pissed.
You don't have
poor.
a pot to piss in. Where does that come from?
That comes from that comes from.
No,
Okay.
I'm telling you because I saw a documentary on this.
Talk to me.
So where does you're so poor you don't have a pot to piss in?
Because people used to sell piss.
Yes. To do
And
what?
if you didn't even have a pot,
To do what?
I forgot what they sold it for.
Something
but they used to piss
with
it in and
farming.
sold it.
Piss has ammonia, and the ammonia was to treat leather. So people during their depression used to sell their piss. But some people didn't even have a pot to piss in. They were so fucking poor. So they used to actually go to the place that used to actually take care, like cure the leather.
Yeah. And they used to use
just
the piss.
there.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
you didn't
what-
have a
that's
pot
what-
to piss in.
you
yeah.
didn't have a pot
or
to
a
piss.
window to throw it out of.
That's
where
crazy.
you hear your pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You,
Oh, wow.
That's where you get pissed. I think I'm reaching out. I reached out to my buddy Chris. I asked him. I'm going to verify.
interesting.
I'm going to verify.
These are very interesting topics. I like them. I like them very much. I have a lot of those.
But so-
what are those called? Those unnecessary
Useless information that I retain for some fucking reason.
My favorite one is probably the jaywalking. Do you know where jaywalking comes from?
No.
So in the era of the automobile, when the automobile started, they had no rules and regulations, no stop signs, no lines.
Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck they were
So
doing.
basically what happened was everybody would go anywhere they wanted to, and they were killing people left and right. So the government decided, okay, we're going to put some rules and regulations. Stop signs. They invented the light. They invented traffic, one way, one the other.
I saw
all the rules and regulations.
I saw a device that used to put on the front of the cars. There was like a scoop, like an umbrella scoop, and it would open up, and it would catch, like, instead of running them over, it would like umbrella scoop them. I swear to, I seen this shit on
Really?
a documentary. Yeah.
So
Hold on.
anyway.
Go ahead.
So then they had, the light turned red and you could cross. And people, instead of crossing there, they would cross in the middle of the street. And in the 40s and in the 30s, I think it was 40 and 30s, I have to double check, they used to call them Jays. Yeah, that's funny.
Look at that.
That's hilarious. Wow. Catcher. So in the
Yeah, the car catcher.
So
It fucking
Unbelievable.
opened up like a giant vagina and sucked you in.
why does it have to be a vagina? Just be big lips.
Somebody really, really drunk must have said one day, "I'm finally home. I'm finally getting some."
Yes.
So in the 40s and 50s, if you want to refer to a person like a jackass or an idiot,
A
you would
J.
call them a J.
So when you would jaywalk, you were a jackass.
So they had a whole huge promotion that they would talk about. They would say, "Don't be a J. Don't walk in the middle of the street. Use the crosswalk." So that's why to nowadays you call it jaywalking. I used
I
to
didn't
think
know
it
that.
was jail walk, like it came from like you're gonna go to jail if you know.
You know what? I never even put a thought behind.
Me
why they
neither.
called
Me
it
neither.
jaywalking.
That's
I never even put a
Yeah.
thought behind why
I
the
haven't
fuck it's
either on that
jaywalking.
one.
Fuck
yeah,
it.
that's a completely useless information.
You know what? It was jaywalking. You smoked a J, and you were just walking, and you weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that
would've
makes sense to
that
my
kinda
stoner
made-
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. too.
Jaywalking. I'm smoking a J. I'm not paying attention. I'm stoned. Oh
older.
man,
It's
so
older.
So, hablando de jaywalking and shit like that, getting hit by cars and car scoops and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit off, but it reminds me of this funny story. I go to Amsterdam for the first time. And if for the people who haven't been to Amsterdam,
Are you
there's,
allowed back or?
yeah, absolutely. I'll go, I get that red carpet whenever I go.
Oh, wow.
They're
You
like,
mean-
oh
you mean
shit,
you
he's
hung
in
out at
town.
the red light
They're
district,
like,
right?
He's in town. Nah, that's dude. You know what? I'll get into
on.
that in a second.
You have to at least
no, we
go
walked.
see
No,
it.
we walked and looked around, but I'll get into that. We'll
All
get
right.
into that on another day. But ill. All I gotta say is ill. I'm not gonna
Really?
stand in line and watch 7 motherfuckers
Oh, no,
bang
no,
out
no.
some chick, and I'm gonna be
No,
the 8th. I'm
no,
not into that. That's
no,
not my thing.
no.
You know what? I like an escort. Lie to me. Make me feel like I'm the only one. Anyways. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
You're special.
Yeah, treat me like I'm special, bitch. So we go to Amsterdam. For the people who haven't been there, it's Amsterdam's famous for the bicycles and the scooters. So
I
there's-
always hear of the red light district. In
so there's
Amsterdam.
three.
That's,
There's three. There's of course
always
that's what
what I
he
hear
thinks
about.
about.
I haven't been, but
He's not as wholesome as he plays himself. He's healthy. He's healthy and fit,
I
but not
haven't been,
wholesome.
but I've heard.
So-
I've
Show the
heard.
six-pack.
So there's three levels of traffic. There's foot traffic, and they even have the lanes for it. There's foot traffic. You're on the sidewalk, and then they have next to the sidewalks. They have this little lane for bicycles and mopeds, and then they have the cars. So we get there. We get off the train. We walk in. All right, we got to cross the street. I'm looking. I'm paying attention. I like to be aware of my surroundings. Some dude is not paying attention, and he doesn't know about the 3 levels of traffic. He doesn't know about the bicycle traffic, and he walked out and got plowed by a dude on a bicycle. Bloom!
Was he American?
It was, you know what? I don't know. He acted very
Probably.
American.
Was he wearing
Probably.
socks and
He
sandals?
He had
Flip
Birkenstocks on.
flops. Flip flops.
He had Birkenstocks in. No, so
Did he
he
have
got
a
plowed.
cornflake
But
shirt?
the Dutch are such nice. I love Amsterdam. I think the Netherlands is a wonderful country. I love those people. And you said red light district. Listen, there's more museums there in that surrounding area in Amsterdam than any other place in the world. So there's a bunch of art. There's a bunch of history. It's a beautiful, and the people are so nice. This guy, knowing that he wasn't in the wrong, plowed this pedestrian. He's walking. Boom! I'm watching the whole shit because I grabbed my chick and I pulled her back, and he walked in and went bam. The dude on the bicycle ran up and hit his cock on the handlebars. Ran over this dude, almost flipped all the way over. There was like boom, and then fell. The dude who ran over the walker asked, "Oh my God, are you okay?" The dude, "Oh my bad." And once that he realized that the guy was okay, he started like hunching over and fucking grabbing his cock like he was. But they're so friendly. They're such nice, right? They're considerate. It's a very friendly country, but. The dude got plowed, not paying attention. He was jaywalking and got ran over by a bicycle. We still laugh about the La Flaca. I was there with La Flaca. La Flaca witnessed that with me.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my God, it's like 2016.
Well, in
something like that.
Hamburg, I used to work for an airline industry. That's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go to Hamburg every year for a big event, the air show. And in Hamburg, they have bicycle lanes on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's bicycle lane. Like, you should not be walking there. And they assume that you know that.
Yeah, you could get run over.
You will, I mean, you
You're
get
gonna
cursed.
get
You know, you get
because in Hamburg they're a little bit ruder.
you get the even dagen doch.
Hey.
You're like, what the?
Eichenwagen. Vergnügen.
Yeah. You're like, whoa. You know, you
They have
learn
those in Miami too.
Oh, you
you know,
learn-
Venetian Causeway. You got the bike lane. You
Yeah,
got to
but
be careful.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
the bike lanes are everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the Venetian Causeway.
That's
That's gente
everywhere.
con billete. Did you see in the news the motherfucker who blasted a cop walking on the Venetian Causeway?
Hit a cop.
Shot a cop. He was walking on the Venetian. Look on the phone. Pull the phone out.
Well, this is Miami.
This is Miami, baby.
That's what happens in Miami. We get a lot of that craziness.
All right. On another note, who's dying to leave Miami for the month of March from now until spring break is canceled?
Oh boy. They just make too much money. They're not going to
Hey, but
cancel it. It's not
Miami Beach, South Beach has advertised.
They're
more
breaking
spring
up.
break.
They're breaking up because
Right.
Mira, look, you want to come down here, you want to enjoy the place, pero brother, un poco respeto. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. These people act like they don't got no house train, no home
But they
train.
complain about that in Amsterdam too.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, they
a
used
lot
to.
of people
They
are
used to.
complaining.
The Americans would go over there and shit on the sidewalk and bug out. I don't get down like that. This was years ago. Amsterdam is very. I was just there last September for a convention, and I was only there for 2 days. And I went and I worked, and it was raining, so I didn't like go. And I was hungover from the Lisbon before, so we went to Lisbon.
The lesbians?
That's in 3 weeks. That's in 3 weeks in Medellin.
Let's not go to Medellin.
2 weeks.
Let's not go to Medellin.
We're gonna go to Medellin.
Let's
We're
keep
gonna
Medellin.
take the podcast to Medellin.
is a whole podcast.
We're
Don't
taking
worry
the podcast. to
I
Medellin.
hear they have good museums down there too.
Yeah, I'm sure that the museum is what you're
they
gonna
do have-
go.
They have that museum.
Museo.
I'm sure the museum is
man.
what
What's
you
that
want to see.
artist? The guy that draws the fat women. What's the name of that guy?
Botero.
Botero. Yeah. They got his museum down there. That's where I went when I went.
Absolutely not.
I went to the world famous Parquilleras.
Is that the
It's
teleférico
got-
park?
It has all the wonderful works of art that Colombia has to offer.
Absolutely. A lot of art.
Just works of art. Works of
So
art.
yeah, let's move on to something else before the Colombians come after us.
What do you mean? I love Colombia. I'm gonna be in Colombia for a long time.
You used to
I
go
got
to
a lot of Colombia.
a lot.
I've been to Medellin a number of times.
Yes?
Yeah,
Man, it's
Medellin is
phenomenal. It's only getting
beautiful.
better. You know, it's only getting
Beautiful.
better, man. I go there, and the quality of food, right?
It's getting better?
We're gonna the quality of food, the quality of nightlife, the cocktails, the rooftop bars. You go there, I feel really safe out there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel it's not. Listen, this shit is not their world. And I shouldn't even be saying this because I don't want the prices of everything to start going up because everybody's going
Don't
to be
go
out
to
there.
Medellin.
Well,
But you can-
there's no more Griselda, and what's the name of the other
Nah,
guy?
that's-
The
they're still-
that was in
drug
Miami.
dealer.
What are you
still out
talking
there.
about?
Well, she was from
They're
there,
still
but
out
what
there.
was the name? Escobar.
Pablo. Listen,
Pablo's
don't
no longer
listen,
there.
in Medellin, don't talk bad about Pablo.
Yeah.
No,
He's
but
the
I'm just
patron
saying.
saint.
But I'm just saying, it's good that
That's like talking
he's not
about
around there
Maradona in
anymore.
Argentina.
Yeah.
You just don't do it.
That's
People used to
talk
get
bad
killed
about
there all the
Messi.
time.
Yeah,
You know,
people that were
not
involved
anymore,
in the
though.
shit.
Thank
But-
God.
But so I did the Pablo tour when I was there one time.
You
I've
have
been
a
several
Pablo
times.
tour?
Yeah, we did the Pablo tour. And
Is that for real?
yeah, oh yeah, dead ass. And
I'm
they have
sure.
a museum of Pablo.
I haven't done that
They
when
have
I
his
went,
cars.
but I'm sure.
They have his
No.
cars. Yeah, Pablo
believe
tour.
it.
They have a Pablo tour.
They do not have a Pablo.
They have a Pablo tour.
Yes,
and
of
listen,
course they
and when
do.
you go, so I went the last time I went in January,
insane.
I went to Guatapé, which is beautiful.
Guatapé.
Guatapé.
Say that 5 times.
Guatapé.
Oh man, let's
So-
not do rapping. No, we're not meant to rap
So,
here.
so I went to Guatapé, and even in Guatapé, the tour, they take you around because this is beautiful landscape. Fresh water with these hills. I mean, it's beautiful. And they show you all, and they all the locals. Was Pablo's house. This was this guy's house, and they tell you about all those cartel people. You know why? Because the cartel in those days, yes, they did more for the people in Medellin.
That's
and
true.
back then,
That's true.
They built hospitals. They built
that's
schools. They built houses and gave the houses to the people for free.
Yeah.
The government never did that for them back then.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I mean-
And now, yeah, the guy was a murdering SOB, sold a lot of
I
drugs.
mean,
but look,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me that the U.S. government isn't running around killing people? We're not starting wars and killing innocents.
Legally.
At least,
Legally.
at least He was housing the motherfuckers. He was like, all right, I'll blow you up. I'll build your house.
Okay, so let's.
All right, sidetrack.
So let's get really.
All right. I'm gonna go for a cigar run.
Cigar run. No,
Get
cigar
another one.
No,
Here.
I'll be right back.
it's a cigar right here.
Here, go first. Here, smoke one of these.
You sure?
Yeah,
So anybody-
or
anybody-
you want to smoke the a la Aurora?
Yeah, he likes
Whatever you want.
He likes the
Yeah, you
suppositorio.
talked about it. He wants. Yeah, he needs the purse.
suppositorio.
He needs the purse. It's a souvenir.
I'm not gonna shove it in my ass though.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting podcast, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You need to get somebody of the opposite gender to come in here, and that's
Oh,
the
I'm
only
not
way
gonna
it's
do
going
it
to be
for him.
okay.
He can do it himself.
Well.
In prison,
No,
there's
the
no
opposite
help.
gender needs to put it in themselves. Let us watch.
Where is that? What movie was it? Oh, it was Johnny Depp with the Cuban writer. What was that movie about? That famous Cuban gay writer, and he was in jail. I'll remember.
With Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp was in the movie. He was in prison, and he had a prison purse, and he used to smuggle out this guy's writing. He used to write on paper, on toilet paper.
Listen, it's not a real movie if
It's
you
a
had to
real
watch it on
movie.
Pornhub.
No, this is not on Pornhub. This is a real. It won an Oscar. It won an
what page
Oscar.
of Pornhub
It
is that
won an
on? Is that
Oscar.
3046? I haven't made it that deep.
No, it's like that. Did you get that meme that says, "I finished with Pornhub"?
No, when this Pornhub 2 come out, I finished the first one.
That's too much. That's too much. So yeah, definitely.
Just enough. This is what we expected would happen after a couple.
Eventually,
whiskeys.
it would derail. It would derail. But
Nah, you know what? This is when we're starting to get on track.
Well,
In my opinion. Well, I'm on
Okay, I don't know this movie.
it's a Cuban writer. Hold on a second. I'll look it up. You guys keep talking.
Habla.
Yeah, Cuban writer. I mean, yeah, they were the if you were gay in Cuba way back in the day, you were persecuted and stuff.
You're persecuted everywhere.
They've calmed down a little bit on that. I hope. I don't know,
No, I haven't.
but a little more accepting.
That was horrible. I was trying. Roxana's fucking dying. She's the only one that saw that. The struggle was real. They got it on camera, though. Don't worry. You'll be able to see it. Struggling with that last piece of ice.
It's called Before the Night Falls.
Never saw it. Sounds
It's a
gay.
great
Me
movie.
neither.
Sounds gay.
Let me look at the.
And not gay like homosexual. Let me clarify that. Because my children are homosexual, my tia's homosexual, and they're awesome. They're not gay in any way, shape, or form.
No, I know
But that movie sounds gay.
It is gay.
Oh man.
It's what? Come on.
It was a great movie.
Come on. If we're gonna do, let's just be ourselves. Let's just keep it real. I'm just keeping it real on the podcast.
Well, I have a lot of gay family too, so.
No, my tia, look,
Hey,
my tia, she probably get upset
You
when
and
I said it because
we both have trans men, right? For
I got a daughter who wants to be a boy, and then I found out that my newest son that I found out about, he's going to be 23 in a couple days. And
Yeah.
when I found out about him, his name is Reynaldo, and he's a gay dog groomer. And I was like, of course, Reynaldo. Which I love the kid. He's an awesome
Yeah,
kid. Do I
right.
crack jokes? Yeah, fucking I make fun of everything.
But it's with
I make
love.
fun of
It's with
yeah.
love.
Come
It's
on,
with
I make
love.
fun of everything. Listen, if you can't fucking pick some jokes and find the
Johnny,
humor in
it's-
everyday life, then what's the fuck?
That's the
I'm
movie.
gonna be
That's- I
sitting
agree.
around. Listen,
I agree.
ask that kid.
It's called Before the Night Falls. It's a great movie.
All right, that's not as gay.
The actor says Javier Bardem.
But
Johnny
no, hold
Depp,
on. I want to get
Oliver Martin.
I want to get back
Andrew
to like you said. We
great
have
movie.
the
trans men.
The trans,
Yeah.
I have a daughter that wants to be a boy, and then I got a son who's gay. Like, and my tia would probably be mad because she was gay. Like,
she a
she's
nun?
in her
Was she a
60s.
nun?
No, she's in her 60s. So when she was gay, like she wasn't allowed to be. Like
You weren't allowed to be gay at
Like
that
shut the fuck up and
Yeah.
don't tell nobody.
Yeah,
So she was.
classic gay.
So even to this day, it's not that it wanted to be, but that's just like how it was back then, right? Like how times have changed.
I prefer-
how you can be open about it
prefer
and
today.
it's okay.
I prefer today.
Yeah.
Open
No,
about
listen,
that.
100%. I prefer that, you know what,
I-
be who you are.
Be who you
and
are,
express who
definitely.
you are.
Definitely.
But me as I like to crack jokes and I like to laugh at shit, I'm going to make fun of everything.
Yeah, but that's
And I make
but that's
fun
a
of my
joke.
children.
That-
Yeah.
and that's something
Yeah,
that
listen.
a lot of comedians go through that they make jokes and people take
Yeah.
them seriously. And they get offended.
and it's like, no,
You know.
man, listen. But see, this
Dave
is the
Chappelle
world.
got
This
in
is the
trouble
world.
for-
This is the
with
world
the
we live in.
LGBT,
We
you
live
know.
in we live in a world where everybody's offended by everything, you know, and I think it's bullshit. You know,
agree,
I think
I
it's
agree.
bullshit.
Well,
Look, come on.
I personally called LGBTQ the other day to get some answers.
You called them?
Because I wanted to know.
The hotline, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't get any straight answers.
Oh man.
I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Couldn't
That's
get
a
any
good
straight
one.
answers. I don't know.
So you know what? I got a really funny friend. He's in aviation. His name is Boris. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He does stand up. I love going and see him in his stand up. So I want.
Does he really?
Yeah, and he likes carne. He's Bolivian.
Well, tell the story about how we ended up doing stand-up comedy.
How we ended up doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, how did you?
Well, I did one improv course.
But why?
Why? Well, I just wanted to do it because I knew it would be difficult, and I did it.
Do you
and
have
I
a
have a
fear
lot
of
of
public
respect. No,
speaking?
no, hell no.
He
But
wanted to become a public
comedians. No, I didn't really want to become a comedian. No, no,
you
I
wanted
just
to become a public speaker, right?
well, yeah,
Yeah. So you overcome the fear, right?
No. I never had a fear of speaking. That comes naturally to me. But I got to tell you, comedians, I have a lot of respect for comedians. Like, I really do. I have a lot of respect. It's tough to be a good comedian. I have a lot of respect for comedians. Definitely.
I think the writing of the joke is the most difficult part.
Yeah, the writing, and then when you don't
perfecting
know
it.
if it's good and you
But you
try
gotta-
it out and no one
So-
laughs or claps, you know,
and you got to
that's
stand,
tough, man.
and you got to stand
And
on
you're
that stage.
there.
Listen,
You're
I've
there
seen
in
it
front of
so
everybody.
I go, so I went a couple times to watch Boris do his stand up. My buddy, of course, he's my friend, so he's funny as shit. But but it's like the amateur hour,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's Tuesday at 10:00, right? So I went and watched him. He's funny as shit. I'm biased, but then there's other people that you go up there but see, he was telling me, so he broke it down because he tells me, he was like, you need to go up there, but I'm like, nah, my shit is on the spot. Like, I need to sit like with y'all three,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, with the three of us on stage and then I'll start talking
Give me
shit and crack
information.
jokes, right? But there's people, he says it's the room, right? It's the room. If the room is feeling you that night,
You're in.
then you're good. But some rooms are worse than others. So, that's where I think where the comedy transcends to where when you get so good to where you never have a bad room,
It doesn't matter.
That's when you. That's
It doesn't matter.
But that's like that 1%, that 0.1%
Yeah,
of
because, I mean,
comedians, right?
let's face it,
The
when you-
Chappelles, the Chappelle hasn't had a bad joke. You know what I mean?
No, but
you still laugh.
But let's face
Yeah.
it. When you go to a comedy, you go to stand-up comedy. You go to watch stand-up comedy. You're already going with a mindset to go laugh. You know,
Yes.
I remember the first time I did it.
Yeah, so imagine if you get up there and you know everybody wants to hear something funny
And
and you
nothing
say
funny
your
comes
shit
out.
and everybody's like this, crickets.
Yeah.
You
No,
gotta
no.
get a cricket button.
No, but the thing is,
you gotta get a cricket button.
I invited, you know,
That's
obviously,
got to be tough.
the first time you do
Yeah.
it, so the way that we did it, so I'll tell the story because I don't think he remembers. So the story is this: he did stand-up comedy the first time, and
It was terrible.
it was really bad.
It was bad. It was bad. I will admit it. It was bad.
It was
What
bad.
the
So when he comes out, he goes, "How did you think I did?" I go, "Listen, if I
Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
A good
if I
friend.
never practice, and if I just went up there right now, I think I would do better." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, Let's do this.
You got a list of
I'm
jokes though,
gonna-
George.
No, but forget the jokes.
You have a
Just
you
go
have
up
a
there and
fucking
talk.
plethora of jokes.
Yeah,
though.
you do
George,
great jokes.
But George is a funny motherfucker. This
He knows a
motherfucker,
lot of freaking jokes.
and he knows how to
Yeah, but
knows
that's
how to.
just jokes.
It's different, yeah.
But
it's-
jokes are not stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy is
Yeah.
completely different.
No, but
You're telling
no.
a story. There's a
if you know how to work your joke, you know. No, it's a different thing. But like you said, if you're good at speaking and you're good, if you're you're a very charismatic individual.
And
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch my stand-up comedy, it's completely different. So
We're gonna have to pull the clips.
no, I have the, I have.
Oh,
the
yo, I bet you do.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
jerk off to your clips? Backlit.
I have dreams. I have dreams.
What dreams?
So no, they're not that
The
way.
dream.
They're not that way. They're kind of dry.
No, the jokes are dry, but the dreams are wet.
The dream is true. The dream is true. So anyway, he actually tells me, okay, I will pay for your course to take a course in stand-up comedy because they have a course.
Yeah. They have classes.
And the course is basically,
I feel
it's very stupid.
It's very gay.
No, the course is very stupid. He goes, if you can do better than me, I'll pay for it, and I want to see you do better. And I said, okay, shit, I'll do it, no problem.
Vamos.
So I went to the course, and I thought I would get up there and just tell my jokes like I normally do, but you can't do that. You can't tell jokes.
What do you mean?
You're not allowed.
What the fuck? That's what
You're not
That's what I do. I get up there, I tell jokes.
You're not allowed to tell jokes.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
No,
hold on.
you're
Little
not
boy
allowed to
Blue.
do that.
He needed the money.
No.
Oh, yeah. Come on, let's bring Andrew
Because it was
Dice back.
stapled to the other chicken. So you cannot do that. It has to be from your experience or your life. You got to talk about your name, your experience, your family, and stuff like that.
I don't feel
so
like
it's a
you should
little bit more
conform.
difficult than you think.
I don't feel like you should conform to what anybody says.
No. I think it's very interesting. So the course was very, very enlightening. I felt very well informed. The course was very good. The people, in fact, one of the guys, I forgot his name. He actually went on America's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember.
He was good.
What's his name?
Who was this?
I don't know. This was at the Improv.
Morenito. No, he was there. He was there with us, kind of teaching us.
Racita.
No, he was not racista. Not racista. He was very good.
No, you said Morenito, racita.
He's not. But he's very good. So he went to America's Got Talent. He did fairly well. He did not win, but he did fairly well.
But he did well.
No comedian has ever won American Talent, by the way. No
because
one,
I
ever.
guess America doesn't
Ah,
find
it's
that
very
as a
difficult.
talent.
It's always singing, right?
Yeah, but you
It's
can't.
a singer.
It's very difficult to get up there and do a sketch that's going to blow everybody
Have you
away.
seen these Instagram things where it's I think it's Nigeria from the accent, and the guy shows up, he was like, I'm a cooker. And it's like, where's the food? It's at the house. What do you mean it's at the house? we gotta play some of these clips.
I'm not touching that.
It's just
I'm not touching
hilarious. Look, it's fucking hilarious. You be in your feelings if you want to. Shit is hilarious, but go ahead, continue.
So stand-up comedy is a very difficult. It's the writing of the joke that really makes a difference. How, and then it's the art of. It's the same thing as being a singer. You sing the same song over and over and over again to the point. Because after
I would say it's harder than singing.
No, it's the same.
You got to speak your own story.
No.
You got to come up with your own story,
Correct,
your own
but
authentic self.
Singers
and it's hard.
come up with their own songs. They write their own songs.
Nah, a lot of times they copy other people's songs.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, the cover songs.
They
I like
can.
cover songs though.
But I mean,
when they're done by somebody, they got like a good vibe.
I can do cover
You know what I'm saying?
jokes. I can do Chris
Yeah,
Rock.
but do cover jokes. But cover jokes, you get shunned upon.
I can do
because how dare you?
That you copy.
How
Right.
dare you?
But that's
not
what I'm saying.
be original.
So you cannot.
That's the whole thing with being a
Exactly.
comedian.
Being a comedian,
You got to be
have
original.
to be your own shit.
Yes.
No, he's correct.
It's harder.
It's very being
harder.
a comedian is difficult, man.
It is. Totally.
It is.
Totally.
The other day,
I
So
agree.
we're gonna bring Boris. I'm gonna try to get Boris to come out here one of these days.
That'd be great.
You like Boris? Boris the beer. He's a funny
Now,
guy.
there's
He's
a
a
song
good
by
dude.
The
He's a
Who
solid
called
motherfucker.
Boris the Spider.
Never,
There's a Who song.
never do that.
And I love that song from The
sorry
Who.
about that. I'm
This
sorry.
is
I like
real
the Who.
old school.
I like the Who.
Boris the Spider. Yes. There's a Who song like that. Yes. It's a great song.
It's a great song. But yeah, so
look
stand-up
it up.
comedy. So he does his thing. I take the course. I get up there, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say I killed it, but I did pretty good. I did pretty decent. I mean, people were laughing at me, but then again, I had a bunch of friends there that were. I think it was a nervous laughter. I think I was nervous, but the people that were watching me were more nervous than I was. Because in a way they wanted me to succeed.
Yeah.
So they were. I remember there was.
I was there. I wasn't stressed out.
yeah. Because
you
you're
don't count.
you're his
You
real
don't
friend.
count.
You're like, ha ha, you suck, bitch. Because you're his real friend, and you have no problem telling him when he fucking sucks, right?
No, you actually
I agree.
you did
I agree.
way better than I did. You
No,
did
George,
way better.
yeah,
than
when
I
you
did.
asked me today
But
about
the
the
bar
art,
was pretty low.
when you're
The
like,
bar was
what do you
pretty
think about this art right here? Nah, dog, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I like this one.
So-
I like this one. That one, nah, because we friends. We boys.
So
We
I
gotta
just
keep
want
it
to.
real.
I just want to point out that there was this woman. There was the wife of a friend, and she thought I was. What are you doing?
This is Boris the Spider.
I knew it. Turn the volume
Can
up.
they hear this?
Yeah,
Turn the
you can
volume up on your
hear-
phone.
You can hear your thing. You can hear it.
Turn the volume up on your phone. But put it where it says Boris the Spider.
The LSD was kicking in just at that moment.
You know what? You know what I have at the house?
What do you got? LSD.
Yes, I have. So I was gifted. I was gifted some stamps. Friend of mine. And I haven't
love to
taken
try
them.
that.
I haven't taken them because now, like, dude, I'm 42 years old. I got a couple businesses.
boy.
2 years
I'm
old.
42, dog. I'm
You're
getting
old
old,
as
my
fuck.
nigga. Yeah. And I
We're
have a
ahead
couple
of you.
businesses.
Look older.
No, I know you guys. No, dude, please. I don't look a day over 39. But so I have this, and I haven't they're sitting there marinating. I had it for like a year and a half, and I don't want to take them.
Marinating?
Marinating. They're marinating.
Do they
They're
marinate?
waiting. Yeah, everything marinates. You let it sit long enough.
Might lose
Everything
the effect.
marinates, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I wanna try
You got to
that.
learn the lingo. You know
got-
what I'm
we
saying?
got nature
but
here.
so because I got a lot of shit going on in my life, and that's a commitment. You know that you take some LSD. That's a commitment.
That's a day.
You're committed.
a
16
day.
hours.
16 hours?
Yeah, brother. You
That's a long
16
day.
hours.
You
deep.
stay up like you
You're
get wired.
16 hours. No,
Like,
you're
you're
not
up.
sleeping, dog.
Right,
you're
you're not
seeing
sleeping.
shit. You're thinking
Yeah.
things, and so you need to be around the right people,
Yeah.
right? And you need to have some activities or some safe, like a location, in my opinion, because like I used to take it when I was in my 20s, and we would drive around. And I remember driving around and thinking to myself, what the fuck? I couldn't even look like the road wasn't the road, bro. You know what I mean? I was like,
You were driving on LSD.
yeah. I used to drive around and vender perico
Kids
on LSD.
don't drive on LSD.
I was 20 years old driving around on LSD.
Doesn't
with
matter what
Perico.
age. Don't do it.
But so I have them, and I was like, that would be a great time. Like, the three of us, we just, get a nice safe space, right?
Safe space.
Yeah, we're in a safe space.
Like in a padded room.
Right here, safe.
Oh, okay.
No, listen. No, that's
Don't
too
mess
safe.
with my mockingbird.
That is too
Don't
safe.
mess with my mockingbird.
That is too safe.
Okay, gotcha.
That's too safe.
Too safe.
The padded room is not safe.
Every time I think of LSD, I think of Sausage Fest, the movie.
Oh my God!
Fuck.
Sausage Fest.
I tried
Really?
to fuck on LSD. I tried to fuck on
Try to fuck
LSD.
in
I
it.
tried to fuck on LSD, and it's not.
impossible.
On mushrooms,
It's
yes.
impossible.
On mushrooms, yes. You could fuck like a champion on
I
mushrooms.
tried that,
Yeah.
it didn't work.
What do you mean, bro?
It doesn't-
What are you talking about? dog?
I'm a weed guy.
Pendejo.
When it comes to sex,
This
it's
is gay.
weed and sex.
Shit is mad gay.
Would you
I
agree
was
with that?
only kidding.
I mean,
was
weed
only
and sex
kidding.
is great. That's a good combo.
I like
I'm sure the
alcohol.
listeners
My
would
favorite
agree
thing
on
is
I did
alcohol.
LSD like 30 years ago.
I like
so-
tequila. I like tequila. And shout out to Tuesday Night's Adventure. She'll vouch that I drank a
Tuesday
3/4 of a
Night's
bottle.
Adventure. That's
Yeah.
her. That's what she said.
No,
was her
her
name.
name?
That's,
or-
no, I'm not getting into details, dog. But Tuesday Night's Adventure, I drank
Is this a potential
3/4 of a
sponsor?
bottle.
Is
I
it a
drank.
potential
Yeah,
sponsor?
no, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the one sponsoring. No fucking horror.
Okay.
But Tuesday Night's Adventure was a 3/4 of a bottle of tequila.
I don't know
una
if we can put this on
cingadera.
YouTube.
Yeah, we could do whatever we want. It's a podcast.
Okay.
It's a podcast. It's up to you. Listen, I'm only here like I listen. You
We're getting
Batman.
into the danger
He's Batman.
territory.
Yeah, but this is where the real content
Remember,
is created.
it's meat and cigars. I don't know. We got to
Yeah, well,
We've
this
kind
is
of
what happens. when-
Derailed
nah.
here.
a little bit.
All right, what is? You want to talk about cigars?
No,
You want to? Oh, let's talk about how great sucking on that thing is in your mouth.
I actually enjoy this
It's
very
meat
much.
cigars. You know what it is? You know what? Listen, meat and cigars. It's three good friends smoking cigars, eating meat, drinking whiskey, and this is what comes from it, right? And this is what comes from it. That's why it's meat and cigars. And then we meet and have cigars, but we
Yeah.
also have meat and smoke cigars.
Exactly.
And every
whiskey.
time I'm
Well,
gonna bring and we have a different bottle
Japanese
of good whiskey.
whiskey.
This time it's been Japanese.
Japanese.
It's
I'm turning
Hatozaki,
Japanese.
Hatozaki small batch.
Hatozaki.
Now, how smooth is this?
Show the camera. Yeah.
How
it is good.
How
It is good.
smooth has this been?
This
It's
has
been fun.
And this isn't
amazing.
bad. This is $64.99.
Japanese whiskey, not bad.
This is
I thought it was sake
$64.99.
at first when I saw it.
Yeah, because you see the clear. You see how clear it
very
is.
clear.
It's so smooth. But está peligroso.
It is smooth.
Está peligroso. You know, but so this is what I feel. It's not my this is not my brainchild. This is George's thing. But he is my bestie. He's my bestie. You know, you my boy, Blue. You my boy, Blue. So when he told me,
You're the white one.
yeah, but I'm not that
I'm
old.
very
You're the
Indian.
old one.
Oh, yes,
You're the
I like
old
to
one.
be very
Yes,
Indian,
I like
you
to
know.
be very,
Oh,
very
yes.
in one with the
Would you like a
universe.
Slurpee with that?
But so I feel like that's what MEAT and Cigars is. 3 good friends, because you've known him. That's one of your oldest friends, right? And then me and you have known each other. We've grown pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
And then Herman, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I like Herman. We don't have the history, right? Like maybe you and him, or like maybe me and George.
Oh, yeah,
so that's why I say this is your thing, because you're the
centerpiece.
Yeah,
the host.
because you're the. You know, you know
with the
him and you know
most.
me. You have the relationship with both of
I
us.
agree.
So I feel that this is what it should be.
I think it has
should
to
be a
be-
bunch of good buddies.
Yeah.
Get drunk, smoke cigars,
Having
and talk
fun.
shit. And talk shit.
I think at the end of the day, it has to do with chemistry. It has to do with doing what you enjoy in life.
Bro,
That's why I quit my job. I say, what's money good for, anyways?
you know what? You know what's money good for? It's for spending.
It's for spending.
You know, it's look. You can't take it with you, and when
Oh,
you
you
die,
come to
nobody
this-
gives a shit.
you come
and when
to
you
this
die,
earth with nothing, and
you
you
ca-
leave
and you
with
leave with nothing.
Yep.
And when you die, nobody gives a fuck if you died with $150 million. Your
Nobody
kids
gives a
might.
shit.
Your kids might, but they're gonna fuck the money up anyway. Because historically speaking, a majority of the second generations
Unless-
fuck it up. Unless it's put
Typically.
like a trust and
No,
a thing con
unless
control.
you teach
But then
them
here we
correctly.
go. But then here we go into the communism con control.
No, it's not communism. I think that
Yeah.
fortunes are built, and this is a
And legacies though. You
I
know?
mean, the Rockefellers and all these millionaires. Look at Trump. Trump, was built by his father.
Trump. No, well, you know what? What I can say
Without his father, there would be no Trump.
Absolutely.
Let's not get into politics.
That's
Absolutely.
not
No,
politics.
but that's
It's
not
not
politics. No, but
politics.
Trump. Yes, Trump was in the shadow
is
of his
Trump
father.
because of his father.
Trump was in the shadow of his father. His father
If
gave
his
him an
father
opportunity.
was a bricklayer, he wouldn't be Trump.
Yeah, and
He'd
his
be
father
some
gave him-
come mierda in the fucking, building
His-
a building,
so,
acting stupid.
I can. So his father gave him an opportunity, right? He even
Give him
says it.
a little loan.
lent him a
Give him a
little
little
loan.
loan.
But
$10
when you
million.
but when you have $100 million, a $1 million loan ain't shit.
Nothing.
So
Right.
I can kind of relate to that because I am living a second generation legacy.
There you go,
My
see?
father I took over my father's company, right?
Yeah.
And I used to have a complejo. That's why I did all the things I did. I ran from doing that.
Yeah.
Because of my complejo of my daddy, I'm not gonna do what my daddy like. Nobody like my daddy gonna give me some shit. No, but then I realized I was like,
Shadow.
wait a
It's a
minute.
shadow.
Yeah, but then I realized like, wait a minute. This is the way. This is the way to do it. You take what he built.
And you build on
and
it.
you build on top of it,
Exactly.
and that's how legacies, and
I
that's
agree.
how that long term wealth. But men,
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing.
But
Yeah,
men
you do it right.
Pero somos acomplejados. Where we want to do it like we want to be
Egocentric,
independent. Oh, 100%.
egocentric,
But so here we are, and I always say, I was like, my dad, all he gave me was an opportunity, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And you know what? The only way that I could show him how grateful I am for the opportunity is to become extremely successful and surpass what he's done. Hence, what I'm doing, right?
I agree.
You know?
100%.
We all want
So-
that for our kids.
So and you want something that you could leave your kids that they could grow on, but you got to remember, man, them kids don't want what they listen. I didn't want what my dad like. I wanted to be somebody else.
That's why you have to have 5 kids.
So at least one of those
At least one.
motherfuckers. at least. So I need like 3 more, ladies. Look at Roxana dying.
Oh, baby, I'm so
I'm done. 2 is good for me. I'm done. I've had 2.
I got
I'm
2, pero lo
good.
mira,
No
mira,
more.
lo
No
mío,
más.
pero
No
lo
más.
mío, look, Reynaldo, he's not gonna have he's not gonna give me no grandbabies. My daughter, Desiree,
Well,
Ray,
you could
whatever.
adopt.
Eso no es mi sangre.
Nowadays.
Eso no es
no,
mi
no,
sangre.
no, no, wait.
And I don't believe in that.
Nowadays.
I don't believe in that.
Whoa,
Listen,
whoa, whoa.
if
All right,
you
whoa,
want to
whoa,
be
whoa,
with
whoa,
2
whoa,
dingalings,
whoa, whoa.
then
He
don't
could-
be making
he
no
could-
kids.
no, no,
man.
no.
Look, I get it.
Nowadays.
I support you. 2 dingalings.
Yeah.
You know why people get with 2 dingalings?
A
Listen,
gay
they
couple
tell
can-
you.
Dingaling. Yo, dingaling. I saw
They can
you
do.
playing
You can
with-
still have a kid. They can do
do
mixed
it.
match.
His
3
boyfriend's
people.
gonna get pregnant?
Yeah.
No,
Get
they
the
can do that.
fuck out. But they get a
Artificial
woman.
insemination. Yeah.
But no, but
Artificial
listen.
insemination. Yeah, why not? Hey, if my
Eso
trans
cuenta,
son
brother.
wants
Eso
to
cuenta.
wants to have a kid,
Oh yes.
So hold on. Is it a boy
I
that
love
wants
it.
to be a girl
No, it's
or
a
a girl that
girl
wants to?
I love it. I want to be
It's
a
a
grandpa.
girl. It's a girl that wants to be a boy.
No, she's a boy. He's a
No,
boy.
listen.
He's a boy.
I'm in your
100%.
shoes.
You're my same thing.
Right.
Okay.
I have a son who was born a woman,
Yeah, you
a
got a
girl,
girl
but
that wants to
now
be a boy.
Now,
I
trans
word
man.
it differently.
Happy.
But
And
they,
I have to
and
say
you know what?
she's super
Listen,
happy.
he
By
can
all
have
means.
a kid.
By
Super happy.
all means. Be happy.
Super happy.
Be happy. But
But I think that I think the big difference from, let's say, 30 years ago, from today, is that if the family is supportive, if the family is
Yeah.
behind it, then it becomes a non-issue, and that's her.
that's where he's
at.
That's his point of view and where he's
No,
leaning.
no,
You know what? I think it's great because
I think it's amazing because at the end of the day, you are there to support your children, whether
Yes,
they want to
100%.
be a bricklayer or
100%.
they want to be whatever they
No.
want to be, because
Yep.
that's what you're there for.
absolutely.
As a
and I
father,
support
you're
my
there to
listen
support.
as a father, I support my child, and you know what I think is even more beautiful to show people right now, because what we have between me and Herman and the three of us here is a contrast. That me and him, we don't believe in the same shit. We have the same thing going on, but we have a different perspective looking at it.
perspective.
But look at us, how that we're still, even though our different ways of looking at the same situation,
Absolutely.
how we can still sit here and be friends and
Absolutely.
hang out and
Absolutely.
talk shit. See, I look at it, I'm like, look, if you're happy, you want to be a boy, but listen, you were born with a vagina and some titties. You're like, I raised a daughter until a certain amount of age, right? I'm still going through like a grief, how they talk about it.
Yeah.
But
But at the end of the day, your
I
job
don't-
as a father.
But
And-
as
and
a
that-
father, so hold on. As a father, like, yes, you know what? I don't agree with my child, what they're doing, but what do you need? You need this?
What do you
I'm
need?
here.
Yeah.
You need this?
Absolutely.
I'm here. You want support? I'm there, right?
That's your job as a father.
That's because I'm a man.
And in
I
a
don't
way,
have to agree.
in a way, you're agreeing, but you're agreeing if
I
you're
don't
supporting.
Agree, I don't agree
think.
with none of that shit. But
Oh.
it's my child, and you know what?
You
I'm
gotta
not gonna
support it.
turn my back.
Absolutely.
That's my seed. That's the
Absolutely.
seed I created. Right?
I think in Herman's.
I'm not gonna do.
I
I'm
think
not
in
gonna
Her-
do all the way what Herman did and
Yeah.
call it a he and shit. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But look how wonderful it is when two people with completely different viewpoints can still hang out
Yeah.
and still get along and still be okay
But I
and say,
think-
you know
I
what?
think- I think
you
at the end of
see
the
something
day-
different than I do, and that's okay.
But
I think that's what.
yeah.
Hold on. I think that's what America and I think that's what this country is missing. I think that they're missing that you can think and you can believe something different, and we can
Right.
still be friends. Now it's if you like
Yeah.
Trump, if you like Biden, now we're arch enemies, which is it's not. That's not
That's
how
dumb.
it's supposed to be.
Right.
We're still friends. Like, so what? We don't agree. We're not supposed to agree on everything. No.
Absolutely not.
That's what I
Absolutely
think
not.
is beautiful about what I just realized right now. The way he referred to his situation, the way I refer to mine.
Yeah.
I
I agree.
you know,
And-
but we still and look, we still get along. We can still talk.
Absolutely.
We can still
Absolutely.
conversate. He's still my boy. He's still my boy. No.
If Israel and Palestine could do that, the world would
Listen,
be set.
if Republicans and Democrats could do that, the fucking U.S. would be better. But
He
you know
just
what
fixed-
you're doing?
He
But
just
you know
fixed
what?
the problem in the Middle East.
You know what you're doing? You're letting them divide and conquer.
Yeah, I agree. Divide and conquer is definitely the way to go.
It's the only way you can conquer.
That's the way that they conquer. I think that the inclusion of everybody scares people. I think it scares people because it's something they don't understand or something they will never understand. And the point is that you don't have to understand it.
yeah.
All you got to do is support it.
yeah.
As long as you support it, as long as you love your daughter, your son.
And you don't disown
And
the
that's it.
motherfucker. Don't
No.
disown the motherfucker. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like because listen, I say
fair.
disown the motherfucker because think about when we were kids. Si yo salía, o tú
Oh,
salía, usted salía.
done.
We'd be fucking thrown to the curb.
You're done.
You know what I mean? The fact that I still
You're done.
support and I buy, dude, I just spent $1,000 on the car. I'm
Yeah,
doing
no,
this,
no,
I'm doing
forget
that.
it,
Like
forget it.
I'm kicking out the money.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
what do you
forget it.
need? I'm here for you.
All right.
I don't agree with you.
But look at this. Look. I don't think divide and conquer is the way to go.
No,
Okay.
but that's what
No.
the government.
No.
But that's what
But
the
look at
government's
this. You
doing.
look
They're
at things
dividing
like
us so
look
they
at
can
look at
conquer
like the
us.
Roman Empire that was very successful for a very long time. What did they do? They would
integrated.
conquer you, and then they would say, "Okay, you want to believe in that religion? Go ahead. You want to believe this? Fine. Just you pay us a little tax because we conquered you, and you can be part of the Roman Empire." That's the
Or
way
we
to go.
slaughter the shit out of you.
Well,
Because if you don't wanna
I'm
pay
just
the
saying,
tax, we
back
slaughter-
then that was the method, right?
But that worked till the point that they decided to make one religion.
But listen,
that's it.
let's
And that
let's
all
keep
went
it
to hell.
real. You know what this country was based on. We didn't want to pay taxes to the fucking British.
Correct.
So what makes you think
didn't wanna
that
pay
we want to
taxes,
pay taxes
period.
now, dog? Listen, you know what? I wouldn't have a problem paying taxes if it went to the school teachers, if it went to the police department,
Yeah, but
if
you know
it went to the fire
you know where your
department.
taxes
Some of
are
it
going,
does.
right? You know where your taxes are going, right?
I know my taxes are going to private jets and
No,
fucking and to
no.
Ukraine and to all this
So
bullshit.
I was watching a
Come on,
documentary
man, don't
about
start
this
that
the other
bullshit.
day.
Where's my taxes going? It ain't going to the
So-
roads. Listen,
so-
go
so
through
there was
Hialeah.
the guy-
Hold on.
I think it was the president.
If you think your taxes
It was
is going
the president
to the roads,
of
go to
Nicaragua
Hialeah.
that said it very clearly. And it's on YouTube everywhere, on TikTok and whatever. And he was saying the Federal Reserve can print any amount of money they want,
Which
which is a private. It's a private.
It was the
entity.
president of
Nicaragua, I think.
It was in Nicaragua
Wow.
or
One of those. Central
No,
America.
where's Maya Sata? What is the MS-13 from?
I don't know.
It's wherever MS-13 is from.
So
That's that president.
So he was explaining it, and he explained it very well. The
Why are we
private
paying taxes, dog?
The taxes are just an illusion
Thank you.
of control. That's all it is. But at the end of the day, the government, the U.S. government, can say, "Listen, I need 1.5 billion dollars," and the
all
Federal
the money.
Reserve prints it, and that's it.
You know the Federal Reserve isn't a federal entity. It's
No,
just
I know.
called the
It's
Federal.
private. It's
I
private.
could call like there's a you guys. We were into guns, right? We like guns. Do we like guns? We don't like
I
guns.
don't. Not really.
You see,
Not
and he
really.
doesn't like guns,
No.
and we're still buddies.
I like the military.
I like
because
big butts,
then
and I
I cannot
cannot lie. You other brothers
I
can't.
think I'm
that.
that we all agree upon.
No, but
So,
definitely,
hold on.
definitely. I mean, one of the only strength that I see in the United States right now
Is our
that
military.
We're out of the 150, 160 countries in the world. We
200
are
and something,
we
go
are
ahead.
we are literally the strongest military presence in the history of life.
That's why that's why our dollar won't. I feel our dollar
And we
won't.
control the world. We police the world. We are the strongest military.
Eso se pone pesado.
Yeah,
partner.
but that's
Eso se
where all
pone
our tax
pesado,
dollars
serio.
and money
No,
goes to.
but
But
come
we
on,
need
Leo,
to
keep
do
it
that
real.
because without that, what
because
are
without
we?
that, my point.
What are we?
Exactly.
We're an empire that takes over, and we have the military that controls the world. So if anybody
what?
gets out of place, I mean,
know what?
how long did it take?
That's the problem.
What was that?
We
Iraq
don't
or Iran
manufacture.
that we went
listen,
into?
we don't manufacture anything. We
And-
used to. We used
We
to.
do manufacture.
And it was and you know what? It was.
Military, we still manufacture
No,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, but
We do
all right.
manufacture.
So we
Military.
manufacture military wise. Now I happen to get into manufacturing now for
Recently.
U.S. company and then recently, and I study a lot. So our U.S. manufacturers. So let's say we have the engineers in house. We have the guys who design the thing. But do you think that we reproduce that little piece of steel product here in the U.S.? Absolutely not.
No.
We don't manufacture a fucking thing here. And I'll tell you why, because I got my little PMA company. I'm doing my little, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my shit off.
I know.
I can't afford to produce what I want to produce because
It's expensive.
it's too expensive. Now, I would love to be able to put a stamp on
now,
my
if you're
on my
looking
shit.
about quality, and you say manufacture in the USA,
They say. Now, listen, I'm going to keep it real.
it's not 100%.
I manufactured product in China,
Yeah.
and I can tell you that I've had a lot of issues. I read a thing that said that Mexico has surpassed
Manufacturing.
China as far as like outsourcing.
Oh, don't
shit.
forget about India.
Right.
I'm
India's
not
huge
even
now.
getting India.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into India because, bro, look how
Yeah,
look how the regular people are living in
amount of
India.
poverty in India,
Exactly. That's
there's
why I won't.
so much.
That's why I wouldn't put a penny.
And they speak English.
I wouldn't put a penny. The only thing that India does is do the call centers. Let's keep it real. How many times
they do a lot more than
No,
that.
but
the majority of engineers in the U.S.
no,
are
yeah, they're all
Indian.
But this goes back to
The majority.
World War, whatever the fuck. All of our engineers that got us to the rocket were all German.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
right?
That's, paperclip. That's paperclip.
Einstein. Einstein is a
Paperclip.
German Jew. He's a German Jew.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Oh,
So America,
wasn't Einstein.
we
What was
used
the other guy?
to. So we used to Allentown,
No.
Detroit.
Himmler- no, not
right?
Himmler.
So let's
Well,
go back
with
to
a B.
Let's go back to Allentown. This is long before my time. Allentown, steel mills, Detroit actually made the cars and produced all the shit. We produced all the shit here, but and it's sad to say this because I'm very capitalistic. But the capitalistic mentality didn't turn this country to shit because now we outsource everything. And what do we
Weber
control? We
Van
control
Drum.
nothing.
What?
We control nothing.
Webner Van
Von
Drum.
Braun. Von
Van
Braun.
Braun. Van Braun.
Von Braun.
That motherfucker.
Van Braun.
He helped
Van
us
Braun.
get to the
Van
moon.
Braun, yeah.
Without him,
He was the rocket scientist
we-
to help the fucking rockets
Right.
do what they do.
We would not have gotten to the moon.
Yeah.
We would not have rockets.
So who here existed when we landed on the moon?
I didn't exist.
Who here existed?
I was a
when we
milkshake in
landed
my
on the
daddy's
moon?
balls.
1969. I hate
I wasn't
your
even a
guts.
milkshake. 1969, I wasn't even a
I was like-
milkshake.
He's the only
12
one.
days old
Yeah.
when we landed on the moon. I was 12 days old.
Get the fuck out
Proud
of here.
of that.
You were born in 69?
Yeah,
68.
July 4th.
1969.
July 4th,
The
1969.
year I've always wanted.
You.
1970. I
Oh
missed
my
about 1
God.
year.
You kidding me? How fucking America is that? July 4th, 1969.
I'm a Yankee Doodle. Born in New York, I'm a Yankee Doodle.
That's why you should say fuck America.
I'm a
No.
Yankee Doodle.
No, that's dope though. July 4th, 1969.
In New York, I'm a Yankee Doodle.
I'm July 2nd, 1970. I missed about 1 year. 1 year. My
February
dad,
10th, 1982.
My dad did not get his shit
You
together.
old
earlier.
motherfuckers.
I'm the oldest one here.
Nah, you know what though, Herman, you're the oldest one here, but I got to tell you, with the carnivore diet that you're doing,
He looks amazing.
and the not drinking so much fucking whiskey, because tonight you're
I guess
drinking.
it's time. If I'm going to show my six-pack.
Do
Show
it,
your
do it, do
six-pack. I'm gonna
it,
show
do
my
it,
six-pack.
do it.
Oh!
Listen, au natural.
I'm going to show my hefty bag. My
So-
hefty bag.
So the reason I brought that up is because you're the oldest one here, right?
Yes.
And there's no shame in that, right? The
No.
fuck? 'Cause
No,
we all
hell
listen.
no.
We all
Not
got to
with a
get old.
six-pack.
We all
Exactly.
got to get old. We all are gonna be fucking 50s. We're all gonna be in our 60s.
I'm already
But
in my 50s.
You happen to be the one who's in the best, and I like to consider myself. You know, I do my I've fallen off a little bit, but I'm in great shape. I can run and jump and do the things. But you, sir. You, sir, are in phenomenal shape, and I want you to.
Inspirational.
I want you. No, 100%, man. That's why.
Carnivore
That's why I
diet.
started following his. I started following his Instagram. You know what I mean? He popped up, and I was like, I follow him, and I started looking, and he has this little offer that says, "Men over 40, busy men over 40, he get you ripped in 4 to 6 weeks." I replied to his DM, rip. Not
rip.
just rip. I asked him. I'm not lying. I don't know how to do
I've
that
been
very
asking
well.
him for years. He doesn't give a shit.
So we had a conversation a little while of what I need to do, and I'm a very busy individual. I travel 2-3 times a month.
Yes.
You know, I do, and with my industry, I have to do a lot of happy hours. I have to do a lot of shit.
I'm
But
so sad. I'm so
but-
sad for you.
See,
No.
but here we're doing good. We're drinking water with the whiskey, eating good
we're
carnivore stuff.
this is like
You
a
know.
cheat day. But
Yeah.
this is cheat day shit.
Are
But-
we having fun? I mean, is this
I'm
hard
having a
to
blast.
do? Is
No.
this hard to
No.
do? This is easy.
No, so
This
I
is
wanted
easy.
to I wanted to go back to the conversation we had because it was funny, and the reason I'm going to bring this up because I was driving back from Melbourne, and I was thinking about you. I was like, man, I got to call Herman. I was like, I got to call Herman,
And that's when I called you.
and that's when you called me. No bullshit.
That's a
I was
little
thinking
gay.
about you about an hour before. It's gay as fuck. You know,
You guys cheating
but at
on
least
me?
I didn't butt dial him.
Oh,
If I would have butt dialed him, it would have been gay as fuck.
oh man.
But the reason why I bring this up because we had a conversation, and we were back and forth. Good 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It was awesome.
yeah.
I like health. I like fitness. I like to be strong, and I want to be better. I'm always trying to be better, right? And the way he explained it to me, and you guys should do it. Follow him. I don't know his tag on Instagram. We'll get to that. But we had a conversation about, you know,
the bottom
it's
here.
you need to be able to sacrifice. Yeah, we'll put it right here. He'll edit it in.
I'll edit it in.
Hold on. Edit the
No,
Instagram
no.
photo.
I'm not editing that.
No, but
man.
He's joking.
but we had about a 30-40 minute conversation about how a busy guy such as myself who travels
Can work out.
you know what, because when I'm home I do my
The bands,
CrossFit
with the
workouts.
bands, with the
Yeah.
bands. Yeah.
You
CrossFit is fun.
So I work out because I got ADHD. I can't do bodybuilding, but I travel maybe 10 days out of the month. I'm on the road, and out of those 10 days, man, if I could work out, or if I can at least in the beginning, right? That's what we spoke about in the beginning, making the sacrifice to just buckle down, man. Come on, listen.
Right.
Come on. You want to have shit and you want to be shit, you got to have to make some fucking sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to make some sacrifice in the beginning. And it's not that difficult. The way he explained it to me, the way he talked to me, I'm very excited to see the workouts that he's going to give me. Very excited to hear the workouts. And he knows that as far as the eating wise goes, it's just going to take a little bit for me, but yo soy comelón. So that's going to be that's the only challenging part for me.
Spanglish
Yeah, but
people.
hey, look at all this stuff we're eating here. It's all good.
Minus
We're
that.
eating good meat with some fat. Whiskey, at least we're drinking it with water. We're not, drinking with Coca-Cola or 7-Up or whatever.
No cocktails.
Right. Just the straight up whiskey. If you're going to do tequila, do straight up tequila.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Drink your puro. Let me
Is it better not to do it? Of course. But, if you're going to have some fun, do it with water.
Because we all know.
Yeah.
I laugh with some of my employees, and I tell them, I'm like, man, they want to eat this and that, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to eat that shit. I was like, that shit is poison. I was like, I poison myself enough with the alcohol because I try real hard to eat good.
And alcohol is poison.
Yeah. Let's be very clear. As much as I love my scotch, this shit is horrible for you. All that one whiskey a day, one wine a day, that shit, no, bro. That shit is bad.
Yeah. Alcohol
better off-
is poison.
You better off smoke some pot, or not even smoke it, eat the pot because you're not get in your lungs.
Does it make you feel good?
Marijuana is a natural thing. Mushrooms is natural, right?
Absolutely.
But the alcohol is not. So I told my
Process.
guys, I was like, man, I do enough poison to my body with the fucking booze. The last thing I want to do is start eating the fucking poison too
agree.
with the processed shit. That's why. That's why. The carnivore, because we're meat and cigars, right?
Yep.
And a lot of Scotch
Yeah.
whiskey. But meat and cigars because we want to promote, right? We want to promote the meat.
it's
we want
how-
to promote that's how we...
It's how our brains evolved.
Yeah.
And
a
once you
little bit
get
about
used to it, I mean, look, this is the reason why I continue it, because I notice more energy, more libido. I enjoy eating the meat. I like eating the meat, the fat. Once you eat fat, your body learns to run on fat, so you burn the fat off of your
When
body.
you're not having carbs, though, right? Without
When you're-
without the...
when you're not having, or very little carbs.
Very little, right? Like the
Right.
fruits, like you talk about, yes.
I
get
eat
the
some
fruits
fruit in the
there.
morning. Not all carnivores do that, so I can't say I'm 100% carnivore. I'm not, because I eat fruit in the morning. But I'm able to do that and still
No, but
maintain the six pack.
but see, you're living a sustainable. Again, it's not a
Right.
diet; it's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
We don't do diets.
Exactly.
We don't do diets.
because the
Diets don't get you.
diet means that you're,
You're
eating
restricting.
less.
You're restricting. No, it's a
tough.
lifestyle.
It's difficult.
Right. And you
It's a
may need to
lifestyle.
restrict for a little bit. You may need to fast
First
for a
week
day
or
or
two.
two.
Yeah.
Get the
But the
look you want.
lifestyle.
Then the trick is once you get the look that you want, and for me, because I'm a trainer, I just want to have a six
got
pack.
it. No, you know-
Yes, I make money off of how I look because I'm a
100%.
trainer. So I'm motivated for that. Not everyone's going to be motivated to get a six pack in their 50s, and that's fine. But I'm motivated because I earn an income from that, and so it helps me. But the main thing is that once you get the look that you want, whatever that is, then you learn to maintain it.
No, and you know what? Let's keep it real, man. How many dudes look? I don't make money off my body.
No.
I don't. I make money being healthy, and me being healthy, I run around, and I can go these long periods where I don't sleep well, and I'm on the road, and I'm doing meetings, and I'm here and there. I accredit my ability to do that over years and years and years and years because of the fact that the majority of my life is lived healthy, and so healthy, but we all
okay,
know.
So my mother died of Alzheimer's. So obviously I was.
God bless your mom.
Yes.
She was a good woman.
Amazing woman, amazing mother. Just healthy, strong,
Yeah.
and Alzheimer's really did her in. So as time goes by, I realize that my memory is not as good
Azúcar.
as it used to be. So I eliminated sugar 100%.
Azúcar. Like
100%.
Delia Cruz. Araceli, I mean.
It's gone. It's gone.
Azúcar. That shit is
Azúcar
horrible
is gone.
for you.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. The process. Let me clarify. The processed sugar. Because bananas and berries and fruits and honey is...
I agree.
But
So-
go ahead.
Since I started the carnivore diet, my cognitive thinking and thought
Ache Boru.
have changed. I've gotten more
You're
clear.
sharper.
I've gotten sharper. I don't forget as many things as I used to forget. And I can tell the difference. So the carnivore diet really made that possible. Which, if you would have told me that 5-6 years ago, I would have been like, that doesn't sound right. But the reality is that if you go to Argentina, for example, I was recently in Argentina.
Eso gente come carne.
My God.
Eso gente come carne, hacer.
Oh, yeah. We were there for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, we ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Carne.
I lost 5 pounds.
And eating the bread. Because the U.S.
And eating the bread.
And the U.S., they poison the shit out of our food system.
Out of the wheat. Yeah, it's
FYI.
much worse.
Now,
here.
all the fucking food system in the U.S. is poison.
Yes.
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
Edit it, nigga.
unfortunately, it is. That's the way it is. There's so many chemicals and preservatives on food
Let me help you with that. Wait.
that it actually makes it worse. But-
Dígalo a mitad.
3 weeks in Argentina.
And comiendo como vacaciones.
I have a picture.
Eating like you're on vacation.
I have a picture. I can't post it,
You want some?
but I have a picture of my movement.
Bowel, that is.
I called it Pepito.
Oh my God. Because we're talking about bowel movements now.
I'm talking about perfect, beautiful, long.
Did it make
Oh
one
my
tear
God.
drop?
I felt like I gave birth to a son.
Oh boy.
As it was going down the drain,
It disconnected from
waved
your
it goodbye. It was freaking gorgeous. I wish I could show it.
No,
It
we
was-
do not want to see that.
No.
We don't want to
You know
see
what?
that.
You do want to see it because
You
it
know
was
what?
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
know-
because
I feel like
you go.
I feel like people want to see what a healthy bowel movement looks like.
I think they do. I think they do.
No.
It was healthy.
No.
It was long. It was thick. It was solid.
That's what she said.
It was amazing. I truly.
She sound gay like a motherfucker,
You
dog.
cannot. I can't make this shit up.
Nah, you know
I
what?
can't make this shit up. I have a picture. If anybody ever wants it,
Yes.
No.
wait, listen,
No.
listen.
email
No, thank
me
you.
and I will
No,
send
thank
it to you to see it.
He's gonna edit when I go like this.
I'm not gonna edit it.
He's
I'm not gonna edit it.
You never.
Bow, the
There's some
doodle.
kinky people out there. There's
I'm
some
not-
kinky people out there.
It could be out there. That's okay. I'm good with the kinky people.
I like my kinkers.
I like the kinkers.
I like the kinkers.
Kinkers and I are good. So,
Squirters.
but it was just the no, I don't know about the squirt. Anyway, so
Squirters.
so the
I like to squirt.
the difference of your movement in South America versus the United States, it is insanely different.
Yeah.
It's insanely
what?
different. The smell, the size. I mean,
I'm
you
not gonna lie.
feel better.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I can't disagree completely because
No.
I go to South America
Would you
often. I
agree
go to
with that,
Medellin.
or?
I go to Medellin all the time.
All the time.
And I drink and I eat, but I come back and I'm not fucking. I don't. The alcohol should inflame you and bloat you and make you feel with the mucus and shit.
don't.
But after like 2-3 days, I'm back good.
Yeah.
But here in the States, man, let me spend 5 days. Listen, let's put it like this. I haven't spent 5 days in the States drinking and eating. I'll be on vacation. I won't vacation in the States no more.
I just think that the quality, like
it makes a big difference. Look, you guys know I'm a trainer in South Beach. I'm a trainer in South Beach, so I get people all the time coming from Guatemala, Argentina, Cuba, everywhere. They come to South Beach to get jobs as busboys, waiters, waitresses,
But they want to be
And-
models and be sexy and be influencers.
you know, they join Crunch and they want to get in shape, and all of them say the same thing. I got here to this country and I'm like gaining weight. What's going on? I go, well, because you're eating the wheat from this country, which is processed differently. It's all from one
Completely
company,
Preach.
Monsanto, whatever,
Monsanto,
however you pronounce
the
it.
fucking Roundup Ready bullshit.
Right. They have their
Cocksuckers.
glyphosate pesticide that kills everything except the wheat that they have literally re-engineered 50,000 times.
Glyphosate.
That, you know, right, glyphosate.
The glyphosate.
Preach, brother.
And so they all get here and they gain weight. And they want to lose weight, and you know, and I help them with that. That's why gluten-free is so popular here in the U.S. because it needs to be, because you should be gluten-free. You know,
Let's
avoid
put it this way.
the wheat here.
When you were growing up, how many classmates did you have that were diabetic?
Oh, man.
None. I don't think any.
I know too many diabetics.
Man, everybody fucking
Everybody's
Nowadays,
diabetic.
yeah,
Everybody got
much more.
diabetes.
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 You go to
Or
a
pre-diabetic.
hospital nowadays, and the first thing they look at you, and they go, "Oh, you have leukemia." You just looked at me for 5 minutes. Like, how did you come to that conclusion? Oh, your blood cells are high. Why is it
Yeah, I
that?
remember when you went through that.
Yeah. Well,
Scary.
I had COVID. I had a cough, not COVID. No, I had COVID, but I had a cough, and I went to an emergency place. No, it wasn't even an emergency place. It was like a regular, one of these.
One of these fucking urgent
Urgent
care. A little urgent care. Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you're about to die.
I'm gonna get some beef sticks. I'll be right back.
All right.
You're about to die." Why am I about to die? Well, because your heart is, it's going too
Te va a
fast.
explotar.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
You got to go to emergency. So I go to emergency. I listen to the doctor. I get to the emergency. The guy's like, no, your heart is fine. You're good to go. Okay. So can you give me my cough syrup? Because all I got is a big
It's a
cough.
cough.
Can you suppress that so I can get through it?
You want that scissor. You want that lean.
That's all I want.
You trying to sip,
I just
sipping
was
on the
sip
scissor.
something, yeah.
Sipping on the. Go ahead.
So
Who's that?
this is a
Who's
funny
that?
story. I
Who's
get
that?
to the
Is she
hospital.
bad?
That's the girlfriend. So I get to the hospital.
Oh, that's for y'all. Fuck you,
I get to the hospital.
bitch ass nigga. You know what? I love that you doing your thing like that. Though. I'm not gonna lie. No, hold on. Do you know how I feel right now when you said that? I gotta go.
So I
home
get
and
to the
rub one out.
hospital.
Here, I got some more beef sticks.
There you
Yeah, hold on.
This is a
Show
good
them
one.
to the camera. Chomp.
go. These are great.
Yeah,
They're not a sponsor. We have no sponsors.
No sponsors yet.
But we
grass
just
fed and
supporting-
grass finished.
We just supporting what we like and what's
so
healthy and
I
good.
get to the hospital, right? And they're like, we're going to do some blood tests. I go, okay, do some blood tests. The guy comes in, goes, you have like 5,000 something blood tests, white blood tests. You have an infection. It's probably leukemia.
Ay, Dios mío. Leukemia.
That's
like-
scary, man. That is scary.
I'm like, dude, how did I go from having
Oh, yeah, I forgot we're on camera.
a cough
Yeah, to having leukemia.
to having
The
fucking
fuck out of
leukemia?
here. I had a cough
And I
and
look at the
diarrhea.
guy
Now
and
I
I
got
tell him,
COVID.
this is what I tell the doctor. I go, listen, if I was a hypochondriac and you
Oh
walked into
my
the room
God.
and you said that what you just said, I would be, I'll be done. I'm done. I'm done. So, okay, I'm going to tell another story. So I have a friend of mine that...
Okay, but wait a second. You ended up not having leukemia.
Of course you have fucking leukemia.
What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. And if I have leukemia,
Sound like an asshole.
awesome. Let me just fucking die in peace.
No more bills.
No more bills. I have to pay bills.
I don't gotta pay taxes no more. Thank God.
So I have a friend of mine that a while back he went to the doctor. He had like a lip sore. So he goes to the doctor.
Fucking got that hurt.
Listen to this
They
shit.
got that
Listen
hurt.
to this. This is a real
Yeah.
story.
I
This is
used
a-
to get those,
Yeah.
but since I've been carnivore, I don't get them anymore.
He sucked on a dick.
Hey, stop sucking cock, huh? He's like, yeah.
That helped a little bit.
He was like, but I only stopped sucking some cocks. I don't suck them randomly.
Yeah.
I make sure I get to know them
You can
first.
suck pussy and get it too, you know. It doesn't have to be cock in particular. Anyway, so this friend of mine, he goes to the doctor, and he has a little, like a lip sore.
Like a little lip lump.
Yeah. So he gets to the doctor.
That shit made me want to
Doctor
rub my
looks at
lip.
him. Doctor, listen. The doctor
I'm
looks
listening.
at him for 5 minutes.
Right,
Five
I see
fucking-
some. I see a little bump
Yeah, I
there.
see, no, it's a raisin
I can't
burn. It's
deal with these
raisin burn.
So he looks at him for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And he looks at him. He goes, "Are you gay?"
Are you sure that doctor isn't me?
This is a married guy. You know, like this is that doesn't mean
Yeah, a lot of
anything.
married men are
That's-
gay.
Okay.
That's-
but this is
shit,
this
I
is
think-
not a gay guy.
I think if you
can
get
guarantee
married, you're gay.
I guarantee this is not a gay guy.
Look at Herman's face. He rolled
So-
his eyes like a motherfucker.
Listen,
Don't
so-
get married or you're
So
gay.
he's you guys are
Go
terrible.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is getting out of control.
Man,
Anyway,
I'm
so
drunk, nigga.
so he's so he
Let me teach you how to open this.
Yeah, you teach it.
Little-
You teach
little
me.
Open it
thing
up.
there.
Open it wide.
so he
open.
goes. He's got the lip sore.
Spread it wide open.
Doctor.
Herman. Peel it. Peel it and expose my meat.
This is not good. This is not
Yes, it is. Are you kidding me? This is fucking awesome. This is phenomenal.
So, anyway, so he's at the doctor.
we need to keep this going
he
every
looks
Friday.
at the doctor,
Uh-huh.
and the doctor goes, "Are you gay?" Guy's like, "No, I'm not gay." He
Of
goes-
course not.
He goes, "Well,
Only
it could be AIDS." This is 5 minutes into looking at him. There's no blood test. There's no study.
Yeah. You're just looking at him.
He's just looking at him.
Bullshit.
He goes, "You could be, it could be AIDS."
Could have AIDS. It's crazy shit.
I mean,
Fuck
that's
it,
the
I'd be
worst
mad.
case
Yeah.
scenario,
What's the
right?
matter? You end up a billionaire like
I mean, there
Magic
could
Johnson.
be like 1,000 other things, but he's thinking it's gay. So he goes, "Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. It could probably be cancer."
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Oh yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
That's better.
Listen.
That's better.
I ain't never seen a cancer patient end up a billionaire.
So he tells him,
Man.
"Listen, don't worry about it. We'll just take out some meat out of your butt and stick it in your lip." So I'm thinking to myself, you got ass lips. You know, that not the greatest thing in the world, but you're alive and you got
Listen, my
ass
breath
lips.
already smells like shit, so
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So he goes, he leaves the doctor after this amazing doctor consultant telling him he's got AIDS and fucking cancer in his lip. And he's walking around and he's looking at the life and he's thinking, "Oh my God, this is amazing. The light." He's thinking the light is beautiful and he's enjoying his last moments in life.
Got a BBL, a
Calls his
Brazilian
mother.
butt lip.
He calls his mother. He tells her he loves her. And the mother's like, "What's wrong with you?" He goes, "No, I have this thing in my lip. I have like a little sore." And the
I used to
doctor
get
said-
them all the time.
Yeah, but you suck
The lower lip though,
But
not
that-
the top. The
that's
lower.
No, that's a cold. Listen, cold sore, man. That's
That's a
I
different
used
thing.
to get
That's
them
a
all the
different
time.
thing.
All
go
the
ahead.
time.
Go ahead.
So wait,
Let
hold
him
on.
finish.
This is a
Because
good story.
This shit is dragged
It's
out.
good,
I just
it's
want
good.
you to know I love you, and you
Yeah,
got
but
great
you're
jokes,
too-
and you're a
you
funny
keep-
guy.
you
But
keep
this
it
is
to breathe.
dragged. Go ahead. You dragging
So
this
he's
shit.
so he's really thinking he's gonna die.
Uh huh.
So the mother tells him, "Did you go to a second doctor?" He goes, "No, I just went to one doctor." He goes, "I recommend you go to the second doctor."
Good idea.
He goes to the second doctor. The doctor sees him, looks at him, and goes,
You got a BBL.
"Oh, you
Brazilian
have
butt lip.
indigestion."
Yeah, that'll do that. Yeah, from
That's
the
it.
stomach. Yeah, yeah.
So
Common.
I never heard of eating sour pussy and then you end up with indigestion. You usually end up with a Brazilian butt lip.
So that's the story.
So
He-
hold
all
on.
he
Wait
had
a minute.
was
Wait a minute. Wait a
indigestion.
minute.
That's
You
it.
dragged us through that whole shit
Yes.
like that shit was worse than a drag show.
Yeah.
You dragged us through that shit like RuPaul.
Hey, drag shows are fun. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, let you tell it. let you tell it.
That's a true story. That's a true story.
Yeah.
He tells it. He
You
tells it all the
dragged
time.
us through that. I'm gonna start calling you RuPaul.
RuPaul?
You dragged us through that show like that. Look. I love the reaction on all the outside faces because that makes me.
And that's worse.
Yeah. When they
It's
laugh
just
like
feeding
oh,
you. It's just feeding
good.
you. You're like gasoline
Listen,
and under fire.
I'm only here for color commentary. I have no knowledge of meat. I have no knowledge of cigars. I'm just here to talk shit. I'm a
pretty good.
I'm a highly
pretty good.
combustible
I highly
individual.
No, these are not that. The one you had is better.
Sponsor. Sponsor.
No, the chomps. No, the chomps are fire.
Chomps are good.
The chomps are fire.
Chumps. Get
Chomps
them
are
at
fire.
what do you get them?
Sprouts.
Sprouts.
Get them at www.meancigars.com for triple the price.
All right, why don't we wrap it up?
So yes, definitely. I think for the first one, this has been a great podcast.
It's not live, thank God.
People are going crazy. They're going crazy.
They love us. They love us. But you know.
Thank you for enjoying our first podcast.
It has been fun.
It's been fun. Hopefully, for the next one, we'll have a special guest, and we'll definitely
Be more
talk a little
prepared.
bit more about. Be more prepared.
Meat and Cigars. Look, we don't got to talk about, like I told you, we don't got to talk about meat and cigars. In the beginning, we need to talk about a little meat, little cigars. But like I said, it's meat and cigars. We're three friends, and then we drink some whiskey,
Three Musketeers.
and then we talk shit about what the fuck we want to talk about,
much
man.
shit.
You know what I'm
much
saying? The fuck. But that's what it should be about. Because listen, at the end of the day, I feel that's
you
what
wanna,
people.
You want to chip into this one?
That's
or
what people want to hear. People
wanna
don't
chip
want to
in?
hear some fucking, oh my God, if you eat healthy and you do this. They want to hear a little bit about that, but then they want to hear motherfuckers talk shit. And if you funny, you funny. And if not-
When you're talking shit, you're still talking the real shit. You know.
yeah,
this
all the
is
shit I said
the
was
real
real the
stuff
whole
here.
It's a lot
time.
of shit. We're gonna
Offended
need
the
toilet
fuck
paper.
out of everybody.
We're gonna take it a lot of toilet
I
paper.
want to offend as many people as possible.
You've done that already.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. I'm gonna leave my email and my Instagram so y'all can
So-
send hate mail.
Look for our
At the
next
end.
episode on all the different.
No, we have to. We
formats?
have to. We have to. What are we gonna do for the next show? That's what I'm curious about.
I have no
We
idea.
have to, but we have to. Let's. You know what? Before we close off, so we can have a record of it.
No, we have a special
we're
guest
drunk than a
next
skunk.
time.
We'll have a
We
special
have a
guest.
cigar,
We'll find somebody.
a
We'll
connoisseur.
find a crazy person.
No, it's not crazy, but he's
No,
good.
we need to. Let's before we close the whole shit
It's
off.
about to close. It's about to close.
pendejo.
Thank you, everybody, for
Pendejo, good
coming
night.
and listening to some.
Goodbye.
Have a great day.
I love the corn music.